because we were talking the other day about just in general like set stuff. I see some photos that if we we've moved it a little bit forward, but that 4 display that I sent you, right? Audio listeners aren't going to get a thing here, but it's just a bloody blank white curtain thing,
Put some
blind
stuff on.
But that would actually fit there. And then if I get something like one of those,
You haven't told the people what it is.
Yeah, Kate, the cup, this thing. What's it called? Pigeonholes.
Yeah, it's a shelf, man.
Yeah, shelf. I used every word but shelf.
Yeah, thingy, pigeonhole thingy. You know, put the thingies on it.
Anyway.
Yeah, very decorative. It'd look nice in the back, I think.
And then we can actually fit a guest if they sit across from us.
Yeah.
Which...
Not CJ, though.
No, it'd be so good. Because people have said that you really like CJ when he's on. And I think to have me and you, which, you know, we're kind of cordial. We haven't had something where we really
CJ, like, hates my takes on anything. So I feel like it'd just be him yelling at me for, like, 90% of the podcast.
Well,
and I'd just be, like, giving him the...
I think he's not bad. Because I thought he was going to be the same when he comes on with me, because he does the same thing.
Yeah, but like my takes, he hates a lot more than your takes.
That's because you just lob a grenade, and then go, and then CJ will go, well, this, and you go.
Yeah, I do like to rage bait.
Yeah, I think is it Tim Robinson, the guy that like the skit guy with like 99 hamburgers, 99. That guy. You're like that, where you're like, well. Who's done this? That is you with your takes. Like, no joke. You would just sit there and go like, who has that take?
No one wants to hear why.
No, you don't fucking say why.
I mean, you like to listen to why, but let's be so for real.
I have to scrape that out of you.
Yeah, okay. Sometimes, perhaps. Not all the time.
Okay. Look, I like getting into the nitty-gritties and stuff like that, but like... When it comes to like, and I don't want to go too much because I don't want to spoil the episodes that come out, but like the nights that we've been out drinking and then you've just...
Every occasion is a bad occasion to talk about it. So
great.
I'm yet to be in the right setting like this podcast.
Sure. So that's why I'm saying this is an open invitation for CJ to come on. We get him in 4K and you have to then, all right, lights are on. Speaking of which, the last time we did that, I remember you were in an argument in 2017. Oh, 18? I'm not going to say who.
Okay.
I'm not going to say who, but we were playing Minecraft. This is not the cold open we had, but we were playing Minecraft and Leon had built a giant dirt block.
Oh, yeah.
And that was like here, right? And then it was massive. We had, who was here? That was Adam's thing right here.
Yeah, Adam was building.
But I'm not going to say who the other person is. I don't want to talk shit about someone who I haven't spoken to in fucking so long, right? But it was, no. I remember my hut was over here across from Adam's and someone was with me while I was just jumping around doing my own thing. And we had an argument for about 3 hours and I was just in the middle, just poking.
It was great. Because like the scale of my build, I was just dirt block, dirt block, dirt block, dirt block.
It was so ugly.
Yep.
But I just remember in that setting, right, we were arguing and we were like, this is entertaining. I'm just going to go live tonight. Why don't I just live stream us playing Minecraft and we can get in a video so that our friends who aren't here can then weigh in.
Yeah.
And then we hit live, and Leon, you took the reins, and you went, whoa, person, blah, 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 is my point. And you fucking went for like a while, and you laid them out, and went, other person, what's your take? And it was silence. Like, this is not how I thought the live stream was going to go.
This was not expected.
And then we're like, okay, we're going to keep playing, and this person hopefully will respond. And I think we streamed for about 5 hours. They didn't speak the entire stream.
Damn. I know who it is now, actually. Yeah. I now remember. It's been 8-ish years.
Yeah.
So,
do you think I've nailed that memory pretty well? Like,
yeah, for the most part. The only thing you got wrong was that my build was ugly. So
it was ugly.
It was not. I wasn't finished for one. I had barely started. It's like looking at like.
Don't say it's like watching like the Sistine Chapel during its painting. You're doubting greatness. Once it's finished,
it's like looking at scaffolding, going, "Man, that's an ugly house."
Speaking of scaffolding, did you hear Mamdani is getting rid of scaffolding in New York? But this exact reason you walked into my trap card.
I don't see it as a trap. I like Mamdani, so.
Yeah, but like he's just signed a bill to get rid of.
The joke's on you. I purposely entered this trap. I wanted it to be sprung.
It's a Death Note bit of just like, jokes on you, Kira. I know.
I can't laugh yet.
Fucking every time. It's like, well, actually, I got you.
Yeah, speaking of traps, Paramount's in one.
Yes, they accidentally clicked a dodgy link and their servers have been hacked. And what we thought was maybe a clip, two clips maybe?
Yeah, I was so adamant on it just being one clip. And I'd keep getting the same one reappear. And I was like, oh. We're talking about Avatar, by the way, for those who aren't sure. But yeah, sorry.
Avatar, two clips of Avatar were out. And we were just like, okay. Well, because I was on Twitter as soon as it dropped. I'm like, I'm not going to share this. I'm not going to say anything about it. The least I talk about it, the better. and then it went away.
Out of your hands, Charles.
And then I saw it pop again from another thing. I went, oh no.
It's gotten worse.
And then I saw takes coming out, and they were not about the clips in general. I'm like, ooh.
Yep.
That's not good. And then I saw a 4chan link.
Yep.
And I went, well, that's really not good. I'm like, I'm not going to send it to anyone. I'm not going to, my friends, I don't want them. And then the floodgates. 10 million views on the movie on Twitter.
Oh my.
The movie comes out in October on streaming, which, for the record, makes me so angry.
Yeah, it's really rough because on one hand, I'm in the camp of yay because straight to streaming sucks, and the other camp I'm like, damn, all the people that worked on this deserve better than this.
They deserve to see their work on the biggest screen possible.
Yes,
right,
and they were robbed of that.
And they're robbed of that, and also leaks like this, kill studios.
Yes.
Two, like ruin, like.
Anyway, anyone's buying Paramount Plus now.
Yeah,
like Avatar was like
no, but even if it was going to theaters, right?
Yeah.
Who's going to pay a ticket? Oh, I already saw it 6 months ago. I'm not going to watch it again. I watched it a million times already at home.
Yeah.
And
you're saying that though, I still think it should be in theater compared to just streaming because then at least there's a new way to watch the movie.
I want to put my money towards it. I want to know that, hey, I'm buying the vision of the Avatar co-creators. I
want to support the original intent of them working their asses off, thinking it's a theatrical release, and then, getting that stolen. Like, if I was working on something like that, especially when you have a fandom as passionate as the Avatar fandom.
It died. Like, Korra finished, like, a decade ago.
Yeah. But it had that resurgence in COVID.
In COVID, right? Which then, and because of the boom of, we have to have animated shows. We've got to bring everything back. iCarly's back. What's it called? What's the Malcolm in the Middle's back. Everything's back.
All the Nickelodeon shows and such. And
did they have comebacks?
Most of them. Most of the big ones, I feel like, had comebacks.
Point stands, right? There is, you've witnessed the internet. There's been so many, we've got a How I Met Your Mother spinoff. These streamers of all this. And for all intents and purposes, most of it has sucked. Most of it has been like low effort or just...
look at SpongeBob.
Pause. That's just a jab at me.
What,
that show has been on air since 1999.
The movies aren't great. The show's been on the decline for the last decade.
That's not a streaming boom.
Okay, no, I'm sorry.
That's just a.
I like SpongeBob, man. Look, adding on.
One of my friends said that because I like SpongeBob, it was a clear sign that I had a neural deficiency. So I'm just saying.
I just called you Patrick. That's crazy.
He went harder. He's had this take for 10 years.
Yikes. Yikes. But back to Avatar. Yeah. It's been ruined for me. Every second TikTok I get now is a spoiler from the movie, and I'm slowly seeing more and more and more and more, and the influx and the volume is just getting out of control to the point where I'm like, I need to watch this movie or else I'm gonna have it spoiled for me in the worst way, which is just TikTok edits and thirst traps.
And right, and then you got like I cannot morally say like for anyone listening or watching to go out and do this, but because like it's also the worst version of the movie, right? And sure, it is in 1080p and that kind of stuff, so you can go like, oh, Charles, in bitrate wise it's actually better than the streaming. I do not want to hear any of those arguments, right? It's just Spider-Verse was getting adjusted while in theaters. They were updating the audio mix. I remember when the first movie first came out, people who saw opening day were like, wait a minute, this line of dialogue and this line of dialogue I couldn't hear. And I was like, what do you mean I could hear that properly? And then you'd go see it again. You go, wait a minute. There were different versions out. And then the next weekend, there was a completely different audio mix because there was the bit on the bridge.
Yeah.
And it was like, one part was just completely echoed deliberately because it was meant to be muffled by the gas and sounds, and so it was just a completely different mix. And granted, some of the dates are a little bit off, right, depending on when these TikToks I saw of screeners or American versions or whatever it is. But the version of Spider-Verse that aired the first weekend and the last weekend were two entirely different movies with different cuts. Because they were just adjusting it, animations.
I remember at the time, actually. Yeah, I do remember the differences.
So you're telling me in 6 months they might not change lines of dialogue or audio cues or
oh, they definitely
score?
will. The movie will undoubtedly change between now and then.
Like Rogue One's score was done in 2 weeks in the months leading into the movie coming out by Michael Giacchino,
Which is
right?
insane.
Insane feat, right? If you're power scaling composers, Michael
Giacchino has a crazy feat there.
Yeah, Michael Giacchino did it in 2 weeks. But it kills me because it's like, okay,
no, it's a really big moral dilemma because you're on like two sides of the fence where I hate the capitalism, like streaming corporate shit, and now that they're just trying to like rip movies away from theaters that should rightfully be there. Like, and then you've got people fighting back, but it's morally wrong to do so for a bunch of other reasons for the people that did work on it, and then you
also want to watch their work in the least
most
ruined
authentic way possible as well. You know, like I want to be able to be faithful and go, okay, this was intended for this. I'm going to watch it as intended,
rather than seeing it all on TikTok
and judge it off of that. Instead, I'm now what essentially is watching it worse than what a Fortnite live event is through my TikTok. Yeah, so, like I barely the more I've seen more leaks than I've seen marketing for the movie.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have a take that I saw a tweet, and it was in regards because they watched the movie and then they're tweeting about something. It's now an unfair playing field.
Yeah,
because they're tweeting negatively about like people are making jokes about it, and it's like now I can't go in fresh.
Yeah,
I can't.
I already have a pretty good understanding of like how the film will flow.
But then they're having these really like spoilery critiques. But then like one that connects to Korra, right? I'm going to talk about a different take I saw about Korra, where they don't like that Aang. I guess spoilers for Korra. That Aang was a bad dad in Korra.
Yeah.
And obviously this being
people clearly have not read Naruto.
Right. But when this movie is about adult Aang and that kind of stuff, and it very much has connections to that, right? That's very the synopsis, right? It is Aang that isn't 12. So obviously there's going to be the seeds of that, right? And so people are talking about it in relations to Korra, and it's like I can't join in this conversation at all. Because all these threads are on uneven footing, but even then, I know not only are they incorrect because of what they're saying about Korra, it's really disingenuously talking about it because they also haven't seen a finished product.
Yeah, and they're basing it off of that. I bet half of them haven't even read like the spin-off
the books and stuff, and granted, that gets into the complicated niches of like, do I need to read all of these children's books or like...
Well, you don't, but if you want to make like an argument online about a character's progression throughout their later years and not reading the content or like doing as much research as you can before...
I think it just gets great
talking about it.
I could make the same argument, and look, I hate the movie I'm about to talk about. I could go, the ships rising in the Rise of Skywalker has no setup, no this, and I can go, well, actually... It was in this book, and in episode 3, there's this, and you can go, there is actually the foundational layer that this was always connected, and granted, in the movie itself, dog water.
I can just, the easy one for that is just the execution was awful.
Execution was awful, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, it's rough as well because like Korra has already been like one of the most divisive series for the last decade. And then with the resurgence of Avatar and like the massive influx.
The anime boom with Demon Slayer makes $800 fucking million, and you're like, oh, well, this is better. So like this won't make 800 million
better
because it's not going to make 200 million in Japan, right?
Yeah,
but it's going to do well.
Like the fact that I'm even like having takes on what I think of the voice acting performances and the movie isn't out is wild. There's no trailer. There's nothing. I'm already formulating opinions about. Oh, that doesn't sound right. For having this character be voiced by X person.
Like, and because I watched 2 clips, and there are jokes in these clips, and the thing that's important is jokes have setup. And so, imagine, I enjoyed the clip I saw, right? Because I saw it like 4 times. Like, okay, I'm just going to watch it, so I get people commenting on it. I'm going to watch these 2 clips.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and I enjoyed the clips. But, if I didn't, it could trace back to, well, obviously, Charles, you don't fucking like it, because at the start of the movie, this happens, which then... sets up this, and you're like, you know what? Yeah, seeing this clip out of context does actually deter from the rest of the picture, right?
Yeah.
And I think the greatest example is like the Transformers 1 marketing did it so dirty into thinking what it was.
Oh, that was awful.
Right? And
I'm so happy I stayed away from it
Dude,
and then only saw it like after the fact.
The amount of text I got going, Charles, I need you to sell me this movie. I go, okay. So, yes, this is here, this is here, but
they should have hired you.
Yeah,
doing all the heavy lifting.
I had 4 people message me on the night going, talk to me. Join the call. And we're like, and I was like, guys, believe, right? And when 8
Stay away from the marketing, please.
8 people rocked up to Hoyt's in the city, and they had a night of their life. It
was a good night. It was a good movie.
It was good. But to finish off on Avatar, because this is, an unorthodox way to start the podcast, because, it's just, it got under our skin. This is really...
I mean, it's pretty breaking news. So, like, the movie's only been out for 2 days. Not out,
Yeah, it's funny.
Leaked out for 2 days.
Yesterday, you told me how bad is the leak? Like, is this link, like, if I have it, and you know how easy it is, and I talked to you, and I was like, hey, I'm actually saying it. And you went, thank Christ, I can actually wait.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. That was yesterday. All right.
Then
today, we talked again, and he went, how bad is it? Because I've been seeing things, and I went, I had a link, and bookmarked, right? And I got rid of it. Refreshed.
It's right back there.
It was the top thing. And you went, and it was just like, what the fuck, dude? What do I do? Like, this is fucked.
It's crazy. Because we haven't seen anything like this of this scale in a while.
Not for something that's had zero marketing. So the only other things have been Paramount things. So this the Sandy Cheeks movie leaked entirely.
Yeah.
Or like the one of the SpongeBob movies leaked entirely. Netflix had like 4 episodes. I think Arcane previs leak early, and there was an anime.
But like they were way closer to release than what we are with Avatar. I feel like
they were closer to release, and they're like animatics and stuff, so they weren't actually watchable. Right?
Yeah, it wasn't in a complete-ish state.
I think some of them were like only in French, and so like I think it's like there was one of them. It was like 4 and Devil May Cry. It was Devil May Cry leaked early, and but the things are also it's in batch release. It was in maybe like a month or 2 before.
And none of these are the cult followings that are Avatar: The Last Airbender. So it's
like it didn't like as someone that knows leaks, I didn't see Devil May Cry stuff early that badly.
Yeah,
like I knew I could get a hold of it if I wanted it, but this is bad. Like 10 million people,
really bad
in under 24 hours. This is like trending
catastrophic.
On Twitter bad.
Yeah, and it's there was this one girl that came off of my TikTok. Can't remember her user, so I'm gonna copy her here. But it was like, I can't stop watching. She's like, I can't stop watching these clips. It's like putting drugs in front of a drug addict and expecting them not to intake it. Like,
you wanted more Avatar content for 10 years?
Yeah.
Here is 4K.
Especially as someone who like grew up with the show weekly on Nickelodeon, like it is hard to stay away from.
And you own
content.
the books and everything, so it just to double down. And that's not saying like you're the biggest fan, the bigger fan than anyone else on the planet. It's just you are a fan. And someone is going like, you smell. It's like dangling. There's an apple pie on the windowsill, and you're going, and you start floating to it. You're like, stop! It's October.
Yeah.
And you're like,
it's too late. It's too late. Yeah, October's a while away.
Yeah. So in short, we're both reeling. The morality of it is literally a train car scenario where you're killing 10 people both.
Yeah.
And in reality, of just with our issues with Paramount and everything at the moment,
yeah, it's a tricky situation.
And
I feel for everyone who's like having to put up with like all of it, because in an ideal world, the movie doesn't get leaked, it gets released in theaters and it's a hit, and like we all put it as like one of our favorite movies. We get
3 more.
Yeah.
That's our thoughts.
I'm in the wrong timeline.
Yeah. Welcome to episode 13 of the Chat Vortex podcast. Fuck, this is what a start.
Yeah.
The next, I want to just jump into the news because it's a variety of news.
There's more news to be had.
That isn't just. It's more rapid fire, right? Than the Avatar stuff, because that's more of our passion. But in the dub of JJK, which just aired on Friday of last week, it was revealed that Alex Lee is joined the cast as Cockroach, the Cockroach Special Grade, and as Jane Juliet,
the GOAT.
Right?
Yeah.
Have you seen much of what's happened?
I saw his whole breakdown of a lot of the feedback.
Right.
And him talking about
his
performance, which I'll let you go into.
So I just want to say, right, like we love him in the community. He does all the memes and stuff.
Daredevil.
And like
Daredevil.
Exactly, right? And so we've been like hoping, like, okay, it's always when we get a new IP, who's he gonna voice?
Yeah. He's goated.
I love bro. Like, he just feels like one of the boys, and he just goes, "Hey guys, I just got a cool." Like, it's like every time he posts on TikTok, it's like sending a group text message going, "Hey guys, you won't believe where I am. I'm in your anime. Like,
for real.
I'm in your Marvel Rebels."
And did you watch Solo Leveling in dub?
Yeah,
so you've probably had like more.
I watched
you've
season
seen
1
more
in
of his
dub,
performance,
but they were like 3-4 weeks behind, and so I had
because
to
he was
watch.
praised like quite heavily for the role.
He was the reason I picked up the dub.
Yeah,
Oh, I picked up the show. I was like, I'm not gonna watch it, and then I heard him. I'm like, he sounds pretty cool. I have a man crush on just like, but like, I genuinely like. The same goes for Freerun.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
The Freerun dub. I heard. I think it's Mallory. I can't remember her last name, but she heard the woman who's doing the dub for Freerun. I went, that instantly. That's such a cool performance.
23 seconds on that.
And it was just the kill yourself like that. It was like, that's so funny, and that all the other edits came up with Freerun. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm in. Same thing happened here, and so I've been following him and just like, cool. I genuinely like his shit, and then he's been met with such vitriol, right?
there's so much backlash about Juliet. It's actually kind of crazy,
Like,
because it's probably the best casting of the season for voice actor.
Higuruma's pretty good.
Yes, but not as like, especially when comparing like
to Sal probably.
yeah,
Yeah.
the subtitles with the Japanese voice actors.
Look, I'm gonna be real. When he did his breakdown, he was like, I did a voice change, I did a cadence switch, I did a tone switch.
He literally matches the tones and like speech and everything.
He is just the English sub actor.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's done it.
It's uncanny how
Yeah.
similar the two are.
And I think that the thing I want to point on him most, if he sees this, right, he makes a strong point of, hey, there's been a bunch of people critiquing that they just, when they read the manga, this is not the voice they heard. That's absolutely fair.
Yeah, fair
valid.
enough. Yeah.
This is the operatic section we should be actually operating in within, like, hey, and I've got a perfect example. Yuri Lowenthal is one of my favorite voice actors, period.
Yes.
Sasuke, Spider-Man, Ben 10,
The goat.
Suzaku
Undoubtedly.
in Code Geass. Generally, that's one of my favorite performances of his, is that, because he got the sheet and he understood the assignment was, oh, you want me to be Shakespeare? I'll be Shakespeare, right? And his duo in is it Johnny Young Bosch, who voices Ichigo, one of also a goat.
Yeah.
Both of them in the same scene. It's like, oh, guys, just get a room, right? Perfect. But I love him, yet everything he does, his job for Hikari,
He does fine, yeah.
it's just not what I heard on the page. And so it's like, okay.
Not even just on the page, even like the Japanese voice actor is a fair bit different.
I just thought it would be a different pitch that does something, just coming from a different person that is Yuri. And I think Yuri, in my head, I go Kashimo, right? And I think that could nail it. Or a bunch of other characters.
Yeah.
And this comes with all respect with Yuri. It's just does a perfect job, nails the lines, great performance. It's just not my cup of tea, right?
Yeah.
And I think if Yuri heard that, I'd be like, oh, that's a shame, right? And we move on. Because guess what? He's booking another role, and it's going to be my favorite of the year. And that's it. And that's all that I think Alex hopes for.
Like, Bro might show up again in Spider-Verse. Like,
yeah. Right.
He's winning. I don't think that's an issue for him.
I think we as a community are really fucking towing a line where we get someone who knows the memes, wakey.
He's very involved with the online space, in the same age demographic as most of us.
In a click of fingers, he is gone. Like, cool. You keep telling him in his DMs that he's the worst person to ever exist and that he needs to die and everything. Cool. We don't get another video from him again, right?
Yeah, literally. He's just gonna stick to his craft and ignore social media.
He's very good at. But we want him and
I watch a lot of his Rivals content. I think it's great when he pairs up with a lot of the streamers and stuff, and he gets to work with different characters, and it's just, I'm like, this is cool. He's just interacting with the communities that he works on,
and look,
which is awesome.
Later on, we're going to do some criticisms of other stuff, right? This isn't to say we're anti-criticism.
No,
just don't be a fuckwit. That's it. If you're sending
criticize, don't make fun of it. Yeah, it's surprisingly easy to do, actually.
I think we've got something beautiful in the relationship we have with a lot of voice actors, especially in the dub community, which is such a tight
There is a lot of love, and that shouldn't be ignored. And it's a shame to see so much negativity. Yeah.
When we can just be normal about it and go, hey, like, this is not my favorite performance. Move on. Like,
literally.
Have you seen Pinopins? He's covered it perfectly. He's just like, hey, it's not my favorite. That's it. And then people have been attacking him. It's like, fucking. he doesn't like it. Okay, who cares? Like, move on.
Yeah, honestly.
But CinemaCon is on at the moment, and there's been a bunch of announcements. We
Yeah,
saw
it's kind of hard to avoid them, actually. It's been...
2 Spider-Man posters.
Bro. Best MCU poster. I'll say it. I'll say it on there.
Oh, jeez.
The Spider-Man mask is, I think, my favorite MCU poster.
I don't know. I we might get in the comments. You might need to be corrected on that. I don't know. We might need to do a game.
I've got a pretty good... I mean, watching most of the MCU in theaters, I have a pretty good memory of, like, majority of the posters, and none of them really struck me.
Give me a second. I need to... I was going to say...
It's a very subjective take, but, like...
It is, but it's just, like, best MCU posters. Because, like, to say it's, like, the best definitive, like, that's fucking, like...
I think it is the most interesting poster, and it's funny because it is just like a slightly worse Spider-Man 2 poster.
It is slightly worse. Someone's okay. So there's so many floating head ones. I don't know if this actually as hard of a take.
That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of the MCU, I feel like main posters are typically just the characters or floating heads. Like, there's not a lot of like interesting.
Ant-Man and the Wasp poster is pretty funny. It's the two.
Thunderbolts actually had some good posters from memory. But I don't like them as much as the Spider-Man one.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm
working purely off memory, so whatever you're looking at.
I'm looking at like the Thor Ragnarok trailer poster, which is
I know the exact posters.
Yeah.
The
Civil War poster, fine. I prefer the Batman vs Superman posters, honestly.
Yeah, very much. So.
Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame, they're both floating heads.
Fine. Yeah.
Guardians Volume 2, the one where it's like Star-Lord out.
They're cool,
pretty
but
good.
not as good.
Homecoming announcement one was pretty good.
It was alright, yeah.
And then the Winter Soldier one when he's standing out.
Winter Soldier is really close, but not as good. I think Spider-Man does do it a bit better.
Okay, that makes the question pretty interesting. Is Spider-Man Brand New Day's new poster the best MCU poster?
I think so. I'm specifically talking about the one
with the eye,
the close up,
with the eye. The hand one's okay.
Hand one's okay. Yeah, hand one's fine. I like it as a variant poster. Yeah, it does its job as a backup. Yeah. You know.
So as an announcement, granted, like I was looking at the there's so many posters here for different things. So I generally think that might be what's your favorite poster for the MCU? Because I don't actually know. Like, I was ready to go, no, you're wrong, but I don't. I just looked at 50 of them and I went, okay.
Yeah, MCU does not do posters that well typically. So I was like,
which is so funny because the Batman has like 5 posters.
The Batman clears like majority of superhero movies in general. So
I would argue,
let alone the Penguin.
I would argue nearly every Batman live action has a better poster than.
I remember
poster
studying
selection.
like the Dark Knight's poster in like high school media.
Begins, Dark Knight, Rises
just
especially.
Nolan posters actually.
Yeah. But even in the Batman ones, I would argue.
Yeah.
Simplicity.
Definitely. Yeah.
I would. Who would you say is the character with the best? Actually, here's a question: which character has the best posters, like, or IP in the MCU has the best posters? Because Captain America: First Avenger has the one where it's like he's holding the shield and like.
Yeah, I remember it.
Like
I remember it. Yeah.
Like that. And then you've got Winter Soldier ones, which are all great, but then you get this Winter Soldier one, right?
Yeah.
And you know the other ones.
Winter Soldier is definitely the closest. I do actually like Thor: Dark World's posters, surprisingly. They're not bad.
They're okay.
Yeah.
So. Obviously, like someone.
But I don't know. I think the Spider-Man one has the most pizzazz out of all of them.
Yeah.
The rest of them they play it very safe, which is fine. But
cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that if we were doing a game, Spider-Man Brand New Day has our official best poster of the MCU category.
It has got me way more excited. Everything that keeps getting released gets me gradually more excited for the movie.
Yeah.
Which is saying a lot because I'm not a huge fan of MCU Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Outside of Andrew and Toby, because, you know, they weren't originally in the MCU, but now they are, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. That'll make a good short. Did not expect to that. That's great. But nonetheless, I think something else that would get your gears turning. They're making a Bloodborne animated film.
I'm so scared, bro. I'm so scared.
With Jacksepticeye as
he's the Bloodborne guy, so that's okay with me. He's like played that game an
Okay.
ungodly amount. And
Okay. You've played a fuck ton of Elden Ring, and I'm not gonna lie, I love you as a friend. I wouldn't give you the director's chair without directing a movie.
Well, yeah,
first.
I get that. I get that.
And apparently
I
he's
get
done
that.
shorts. Apparently he's done everything, and I love Jacksepticeye. He is.
I have to have faith, Charles, because if I don't, then I'm just gonna be doom and gloom about it, and I'm gonna be like doomer all about the project.
Alex
So,
Garland's doing the Elden Ring movie, and I'm like,
yes,
not gonna lie, this is a.
he's cooking from everything I've seen so far.
But I think an animated feature is probably the way to go about it.
Animated is 100%
And R-rated, so it's so Aussies. That's MA. Right? We talk
Yeah.
American because that's like the standard conversion, right? So it's R-rated, which means
I'm probably expecting like the same type of gore and horror as like something like Castlevania, to be honest.
Sure,
Maybe a little
right?
bit creepier, but like.
But like I was really hoping for a budget. I was like what are we looking at? We're looking at like a $20 million movie. It's yeah, cool. Or is this a big US movie? It's gonna get $100 million budget. Like I didn't see which studio was doing it. Was it Sony?
That's it. I'm not sure. I'd heard. I didn't even know if it was actually legit until you've told me now. I've heard rumors floating around, but I didn't know if any of them.
Look,
were
I saw a
concrete.
couple tweets before we went live and everything. I saw it at 12 p.m. Right?
Yeah.
But I was like, at work, I'm not gonna look fully into it. And I saw a couple tweets. Some of them only said that it's R-rated. Just says guy's attached. I like in the rights issues with
Look,
Bloodborne are complicated.
I really hope if anyone is doing it, give it to the Castlevania team, please, because
But they aren't Sony, are they?
no,
They're connected to Netflix. Would they not be?
probably. But,
So
like, outsource or something, please. Or
and
just,
they're in Texas.
you know,
so, look,
I don't know who. I don't know enough information. I've literally, other than you bringing it up
Yeah.
right now in here, I've gone off like 2 rumor TikToks on my feed this morning, and that's it.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
I guess we'll probably talk more about it as more news drops gradually.
yeah, probably. But Leon, did you know that quite literally, me and you personally, we're saving cinema? No joke. Gen Zs are saving cinema, and boomers are killing it. I'm gonna
Shock.
Right?
Shock.
What?
No way.
What?
It is actually such a like trying task to get anyone in my family to like go to the cinemas
Yeah.
other than my sisters.
Yeah, it's that.
So it does not shock me actually.
It's that Loki thing where it's like, yes, yes, in the Ragnarok.
Yes.
It's just like,
Goated. Oh my goodness.
like we see an article that
Oh.
blames your generation. That's what it feels like.
Heck yeah. No, it's great to see, and it means that we're on the up. Then
Yeah.
hopefully
Well,
as time continues, because
It's a bit dour, but yes, because we can hopefully get our younger brethren,
Yes.
to go like, hey, cinema like Letterboxd, which I will have to prompt you on because I've got a couple things, right?
right, okay,
So I'm going to read some quotes from the article, right? Which I'm going to read, right? So the concept of this is these aren't my words. These are the words of an article that I think it was Forbes that had it.
100% Charles's words.
Because last time I read something, some people didn't understand that. So I'm just
Hey, look, man. At the end of the day, it's coming out of your mouth. So like,
right, yeah.
you just gotta get a translator.
What's that? What's that? That clip from Scooby Doo where it's like, I hate somethingville. Like no.
I was like, what did Scooby Doo say?
No,
You got
with
cancelled.
With Fred, he's like the news is trying to get him a gotcha, and he's like, "No, you're trying to trick me into saying that I hate this city." And
Right,
they,
right.
They take the clip. He goes, "I hate this city." It's like, oh,
Damn. Should have thought of that.
James Gunn wrote that, by the way.
Right.
So Fandango surveyed 7,000 adults, 5,091 of whom considered themselves moviegoers, of people who went to the movie one or more movies in the past year. By generation, 87% of Gen Zers and 82% of millennials saw a movie, at least one movie theatrically in the past 12 months, compared to 70% of Gen Xers and 58% were baby boomers. Gen Z millennials also return more frequently, with each demo averaging about 7 visits per year, ahead of Gen X, which was 6.1, and baby boomers, which were 5.7.
Damn.
Or
Do you think part of that has to do with like the big movies being like very
kid-centric?
kid-centric and also like superhero dominated nowadays, it feels like.
Well,
or at least had been.
Like superhero for a decade had a big chokehold on cinema.
Yeah.
Into the last couple of years, it's been really
It's loosened a
odd.
lot.
It's a little bit loosened. Like we didn't have a superhero movie besides Superman.
But
in the
each
top 10.
Superman, I was gonna say each Superman was a big hit. And most superhero movies,
Yeah.
like the couple years prior to this one,
Oh, it just sorry, 24 and 25 was the first kind of stutter, right?
Yeah.
With like Craven, Venom, all these movies doing pretty poorly, and then
Damn you, Sony.
yeah, but then Captain America didn't do well. Captain America did what, 300 mil? You get the numbers right, 300 mil.
MCU's been struggling.
Thunderbolts did 400 mil.
Shame though.
Uh,
Movie deserved more.
Fantastic Four didn't get past 500 mil, did it? Or just ticked over 500,
You would know better than me.
right? These are going off numbers I saw a couple months ago, right?
Yeah.
But like that's pretty dire. And then what is exciting though is although this first quarter of 2026 has greatly improved from last year, which is when Captain America released, the summer will really heat up the box office with 76% of moviegoers reportedly planning to see a movie in theaters between May and August, according to Fandango. Finding, say, Toy Story 5 is the most anticipated, followed by Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I saw
Spider-Man
The Odyssey and Devil Wears Prada up there too.
Spider-Man is going to do ridiculous numbers. It's actually going to be crazy.
And the Sony CEO, Tom Rothman, has come out with a motto saying longer, shorter, cheaper. Longer theatrical windows, shorter pre-shows, cheaper ways to see movies in the theater. And came out to say they don't rock up to your theaters on time because of how many ads you're showing.
Damn.
And people are skipping trailers because they know that, like, so they're not seeing it. Less people are seeing it. And he's asking for concentrated, less trailers. So then you go, cool. That now 100% of the theater saw that trailer rather than 10, 20. Look, I'm making out numbers on the spot.
Yeah.
But it's basic thing. Like, if this the head of Sony is saying this, right? I think
That's
this is
one
a
of the
big
more base takes I've actually heard from like a big studio in a while.
Yeah.
Especially with like most of them pushing for streaming. It's
Yeah.
nice to see someone go cinema. And it's funny that the person saying that is the person who I guess them not directly, but
yeah.
Sony superhero flicks in general.
So yeah, the
struggle.
superhero movies have sucked, right?
Yeah.
But
They've got other good movies that have been.
They do, and like they've got Anyone But You. They've got a bunch of movies that are tied, I think, to Lionsgate. Like that they've been doing some original stuff that's actually been making some good money. But the largest threats have been Paramount, have been Warner Brothers, and have been Netflix, right? That thing, right? But this makes me prompt this question. What do we think movie theaters personally should do in the wake of these numbers, right? Because like there's all this stuff, right? What the things for you that are holding you back from going to see the movies?
For me,
yeah, like you personally, what do you think? Like a draw?
Other than like, see, the only thing that typically draws me back is personal reasons. Yeah. Honestly, it's just the economy in general.
Well, sure, but that ties to the movie tickets being $32.
Yeah, they are very expensive, especially if you want to watch a movie in like the best way possible. Let's say like IMAX, for example. Yeah. It is very. You have to splurge a bit to be able to do that. Not to mention that like a lot of it's membership run now. You can't really just spontaneously go to the cinema unless you're maybe in a more rural area. But we're a lot more central to a city, so like we typically watch them, and we have to book.
And they add $2 per ticket to book online, which I like. If you're gonna have expensive movie tickets, why are you adding $2 to every ticket? Yeah. What I'm really wanting, and granted it's another subscription service, I would love if the theaters actually offered some competition where like, I'll pay $10 a month
to get like a certain amount of movies per month.
Yeah,
so you can go and watch. Yeah,
but the thing is, though, like I don't want to say which theaters I'm because
there's a lot of different companies that run theaters as well.
So it would then tie you down to a theater, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But
and I like to support local when possible.
Yeah,
it's just sometimes it's really difficult to do.
It's the biggest thing is like, okay, we've got Hoyts and we've got Village that both do IMAX, and they both do their Extreme Screen and VMAX offerings. Okay, so now we've got a tier standard, their Max offering, and then their IMAX offering, which IMAX is obviously going to be the top dog. We don't have Dolby here.
Yeah.
Or Dolby, or whichever pronunciation.
However you want to pronounce it, yeah.
But then like their food is fucking off the charts expensive. It's just
all cinema food is just silly price.
Yeah, and so like, okay, they're not making money, but like it's just there has to be a better ratio of something to get families going back, because Australia, Moana will make $1 billion most likely. Lilo and Stitch made $1 billion. You have to continuously get that market back to the theaters to train kids. The example I bring up is 2007 made me a movie fan, right?
Really?
Well, because I went to the theater and the drive-in would make kids go free, and Dad was concession or something, right? So he got in for like $8 or $5 at the time.
Yeah,
which meant, oh, cool, I can take my child for a night to the drive-in. Pretty good. Movies were not too bad either.
Yeah, it's a good period of movies.
But like you've got Spider-Man 3, Transformers. I think Alvin Chipmunks was that December. Then we have TMNT that year. The Simpsons movie that year.
Some bangers, yeah.
Hot Fuzz was that year.
Early 2000s is
I
like...
didn't see Hot Fuzz as a 6-year-old, but it's still, if I wanted to, Superbad was that year. Like you start rattling it off, but like there were so many of those movies that came out. I think I saw 12 movies that year.
Yeah.
I looked back, I looked at the Wikipedia and went, I saw that. And it was about 12. I'm like, this is why I became a movie fan. The next year was Kung Fu Panda. And
damn, man.
the year not after that, year after that was Up, and then year after that was How to Train Your Dragon. So it's like you're thinking about like, and you got like Ratatouille was 2007. So like I saw that, and you're like, okay, no shit, I like movies now because the average score was like 9 out of 10, and that's not saying movies were better back then. It's just where did I see them, right? Where am I seeing movies now? Well, a lot of times it's at home because it's comfortable.
Yeah, that's tricky. I mean that's how I initially fell in love with movies. We'd go to the cinema pretty often because either my grandparents would take us or my parents. I was very fortunate to be going to the movies from a pretty young age before I could even remember, because I was very quiet actually in the cinema, which was good.
Mm-hmm.
Very lucky on my end that child me was quiet because I was allowed to go to the movies. But I really got into film through Video Easy. Actually, every Friday we'd have like a tradition where we'd get a couple movies each and watch them every Friday. And it was, it put me onto cinema more so because I'd want to experience it on the big screen. Yeah.
Well, I've got a big question. Do you think that there is a traceable link towards specifically our generation having such a resurgence of cinema and the app of Letterboxd? Because there are I've if you know me, I'm a little pushy. So I like to push the things that I like, which at the moment is Letterboxd. I've used it for about 4 or 5 years, and now I'm like, hey, we watch movies together. I've got a non-negotiable. You got to install this app. And they're like, oh, cool, yeah, I will. Anyway, have you seen? Stop! You've changed the subject. Your phone's not unlocked. I've just sent you a profile link because it's still really hard to add people on Letterboxd.
Yeah, I was gonna say the app needs to make a lot of updates. I feel like before it can really flourish. But I know what you mean. Yeah.
The results are like our friend of the podcast, Jack. He's went and watched all of the MCU movies again just so he could log them on Letterboxd and have like a fresh this is my take on them now. I don't have to go. I watched that in 2008. Yes, I watched Logan in theaters and I love it, but now he has his updated. Granted, I think that's coming, but like he has his updated takes and you can look and like, oh shit, yeah, this is what Jack thought, and I can like the reviews and that kind of stuff. But then I've seen other people go, oh shit, I want to join in. And now it's spread. And I'm like,
it does help with community building, I think, especially in the film space. And it's nice to see more personalized reviews. Like instead of going to Google and looking at like Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb, you can instead open up Letterboxd and look at what your friend's thinking. People who are like-minded individuals.
Like CJ went and saw Attack on Titan. Granted not in theaters, he just watched it at home.
Yeah.
And he watched the movie. He's like, oh, what did my friends give it? And he saw like, oh, we all loved it. But now, if other people were getting into things, they can go like, oh, am I going to watch that? I know now where to go. What do my friends think? And like they can go, oh, Charles gave that 4, Leon gave that 5. Oh, crap. Okay, well, on this topic, I actually side with Leon more on this genre or this thing. Me and Leon love this IP.
Yeah, that's the interesting part of it is I think it helps open discussion, which, that's kind of what watching movies is kind of all about, other than just being moved and enjoying the experience. It's then being able to talk about it with people afterwards. And
I think it also equips people better, right? And I know we're 45 minutes in and we're not even on the actual things that we want to talk about. But like, my whole thing is like, and maybe it's a neurodivergency thing. I struggle with being able to not be just like, why? And it comes across as like, well, then, I must think that you're wrong. It's like, no. Some of your takes are wrong. No, like you specifically. No. I love you, right?
Yeah.
But I love digging deep. It's like, okay, why did you feel that way? So maybe it might spark something in me. And I've seen that people that get Letterboxd,
it's just a new perspective, really.
Yeah, it just
seeing the movie from a new lens.
They open up. And
everyone's gonna have a different thought while watching a movie.
Mm.
You can't universally all have the same outcome when watching something. Otherwise, art would suck.
Which is the part I love, right? And I've got some friends who are just like Cooper's got Letterboxd, and I fucking love this. He because he has very different takes than me. Like he really enjoyed the Minecraft movie. I think he gave it like a 3. He liked Five Nights at Freddy's. I think he gave that a 4.
Rebel Moon.
Hmm?
Rebel Moon.
Nah. Look, Rebel Moon was one of the first movies he saw.
Yeah, I'm just being
like
shit up.
in a theater setting, like
Yeah.
of that kind. And so some of the theatricality and stuff. But he, I remember when I was 9 years old. No, I was 8 because it was in Clash of the Titans came out in 2010. So then I would have been 9. So 9 years old.
Yeah.
I remember on Facebook, my dad wrote, tagging me, Clash of the Titans is Charles' favorite movie now.
Damn.
Now, I do not have that take.
No, I don't think your take's changed actually.
I've watched a lot more movies since. I have rewatched the movie since. It is not that good, right? But I think I would love to have had on an app. At 9, I gave that 5 out of 5. Jesus Christ, what was I cooking? But
has to go back and
to be able
rewatch
to
it
track
now.
it.
Yeah,
And I've talked to people and go, "Well, I changed my mind often." Then show it on the app.
Yeah, it is tricky. As someone who does, like myself especially, like my opinions on things do change a lot.
But I don't know. Sorry, I got too excited. Keep going.
But for example, I'm not as active on something like Letterboxd, so going back and updating, especially when you have a lot of movies to a lot of them are changing. So then keep up to date can get a little tiring at times, but I still think it's an overall positive having the app there, because then people who are like you, who live by it, can be like, that's not what your Letterboxd saying. You're like, oh well, shit, okay, yeah, I'll change it.
I'll go back to what I was going to say before, right? I was arguing with CJ about Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, okay. The never-ending debate.
And
I think we've brought it up 3 weeks running nearly.
I think so, because he loves the movie, right?
Yeah, he does love the movie.
Returning
bit.
I need a.
He's getting on Letterboxd as we speak.
I need to, because this story, when it happened, it could not have been better. Better timing. It was just, I just need to get the exact score.
Okay.
That CJ said.
I know it's. Last I checked, at least it was half star.
So, no, ready.
Which is a troll, by the way. He actually loves the movie.
I think I need a. Yeah, so ready? This is what happened. We were talking about the movie, right? And it was a genuine. I was updating all my ratings, which I love to do. When I watch more movies, I go, cool. I've now watched enough movies in this category. I can now backdate. So, for example, my Transformers one review, I gave it a 4.5 when I first came out of the theater. I went, that's fair. It fits within my other skimming. My other Transformers movies are 4.5. This is the best Transformers movie. That means it has to be 4.5. It's not 5. It has to go here. It's very much an organized system. However, I watched The Wild Robot later, a month or two later, and I went, this is a better movie. 4.5. Hold on. The gap here is larger than the same rating. This is a half-star difference.
Yeah.
But that would mean I would have to knock down Dark of the Moon, Transformers 2007.
Well, that also opens up the idea, though, is is out of a 5 rating enough? Or is there ratings in between needed?
The idea of ratings sucks in general.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm playing within the confines and constraints of it. I don't like the idea of, well, this movie's a 4.97. This movie is a 4.96. This is also a 4.96. I'm like, you've lost me in the sauce. I'm done. That becomes not fun. Right? This gives me the constraints of what is a great movie. And a great movie isn't necessarily when, obviously I'm putting them in rankings and different things. But a movie has its own 5 out of 5 it has to do. A 5 out of 5 for a comedy is not the same as 5 out of 5 as a drama. No. They're going for different things.
Yeah.
And obviously, when you put it into a list, you can still rank them, and it's different, cool, I still prefer this movie over this movie. How much of a 5 out of 5 does it go for, right? Going 3 for 3 at the 3-point line, if you get, it's pretty good. Going 15 for 15 at the 3-point line, they're both 100%, but they're different 100%.
Yeah.
Right? That's just how
one sets out to achieve a lot more than
that's how I see it. So if you're ranking it, you'd go, well, the 18 out of 18 is a bit better than the 3 out of 3. That's how it is. But so I was talking to CJ and he was like, yo, Charles, look, I'm making fun of you and everything, blah, blah, blah. But genuinely, I just do not understand your take about Amazing Spider-Man 2. You've given it a 7, which I haven't updated my superhero scores. It's probably going to drop down to a 3. But for the argument's sake, it's at a 3.5 out of 5 right now, right? And he's like, I just don't understand it, right? I'm like, okay, look. And I went over all the stuff that I go, you hate this? I don't hate it. Which means anytime that comes up on screen, I'm not sitting there going, I wish it was over, because it's just passing by, right?
Yeah.
For example, I like electro. Electro's fine. I think it's fun. I love the music. So meaning anytime he's on screen, I'm not sitting there like the you're putting petrol in your car and the fuel ticket's going up. I'm not sitting there going half a star drop, full star drop. I'm sitting there going, kind of okay, right? Then the next scene is a banger. I'm like, cool. I'm now net half a star up than I would be compared to CJ. And he goes, I understand that. I'm like, but you fucking hate the thing. And I'm like, and I'm clicking onto his name, and I swear to God, it was just timed perfectly. I'm like, you gave the fucking thing half a star at one point. He goes, I never gave it half a star. Page loads, first review. I fucking hate, like, I wanted this, I wanted it like this, but I hate it. I really did, but I can't. It's fundamentally broken, half star. And he's like, fuck. And it was the perfect timing to go bang. And on the same day, he gave it 3 stars. So,
what a turnaround. Oh my goodness.
I don't remember why. So CJ's going to listen to this and goes, oh, Charles, you've ruined my image. There's going to be a chair there. When you come on the podcast, you can defend yourself. But
I think what's happening is he's slowly coming around on Amazing Spider-Man 2.
He getting updated to 1.5, but I'm like, it's not 1.5. I think I know you're the way you speak about it is a 2. But again, this is
whereas you're in the middle and you'll be like, okay, this scene's fine. Like, I am the opposite where I enjoy the scene, so it goes up by an extra half a star and such. So, and then when we get to those peak moments, I'm like, no, this is just Kino.
But like this is and this feels like a paid sponsorship from Letterboxd, but it's not. You have our email.
Yeah.
It's in the bio, but I think that's the joyous part of it, right? Is that we can be able to have these social interactions where we're not going off pure.
Yeah, I'd much rather see what my friends think of a movie than a bunch of stranger critics.
And look, we've seen Rotten Tomatoes. We see like, what are you cooking? This
They're
review makes no sense.
Like Invincible does not deserve the rating it has. And I love Invincible.
When I was gonna go, I saw a review for Dunkirk saying it was like not funny enough, or I'm like,
not funny enough. That's actually kind of funny. It has to be ironic. There's no way.
I don't know. Like I've seen reviews where I'm like, nah, you didn't watch the same movie.
Yeah.
And you know, where I have my issues is like I think there's people who are disingenuous who have Rotten Tomatoes like actual.
Oh, of course, yeah. There's always going to be people who troll on any sort of platform like that. Even Letterboxd, you'll find trolls like CJ.
Yeah. Gave Amazing Spider-Man 2 half a star. What's he doing, right?
Exactly.
This is a really bad time to have Amazing Spider-Man 2 takes because the Escape Pod crew, they just had a whole set. I think a whole segment go viral, or they just had a segment.
Everyone's talking about it again. It's great.
Everyone's talking about it, and Andrew's going off, and granted, I don't agree with Andrew here because he's like, I don't understand why everyone's having to go at Andrew when the truck's going through where only canonically, like maybe one person died, but he absolutely saved Max.
I will not defend that scene.
Right?
But
he is like it's just, he said it's a production issue, not a story issue because he goes out of his way.
I agree with that.
I'm like, oh fuck, that's not a bad take. Then he keeps talking like,
ooh, stop it. So you should have left it.
But then this is where he goes off the rails. He goes, however, the ferry is his fault. He should not have done this. And I'm like, Andrew, what the fuck?
Stop, you're losing me.
He hates Homecoming. And
look, I don't like Homecoming, but not for the same reasons.
And he's like, it is his fault. It's like, he tried to web up a fucking thing that was exploding.
Yeah, that was fine.
How was he meant to know that it was gonna?
Look, yeah, we could have a whole episode dedicated to. We'll probably do it closer to Brand New Day.
Yeah.
I imagine we'll talk about the Spider-Man movies because TASM 2 has been getting a lot more talk, and I feel like you and I have not stopped talking about Amazing Spider-Man 2 since it came out, and we didn't even know each other. So
yeah. All right, next segment. Gonna keep this short. I was meant to talk about One Piece live action, and we just never did. So.
Oh no.
You know, I got horrifically sick.
Out.
I recorded 2 podcast episodes. You had work one. I had to get CJ on there. I couldn't talk to him about it, and by then I had just forgotten. But I binged it in a really, really, I got it done before that podcast episode. Didn't talk about it. I don't think. Maybe I did. My memory's selective. I just want to say that I liked it. It was actually really good. And that the production is. I'm actually really keen because they're shooting back to back.
Okay. So they're just going to continue from.
Yeah, they're going forward.
Look, I'm happy that it is going well.
Yeah,
but I probably will not watch it.
I do have to say this is probably one of the most attractive casts. I think.
Yeah, look, like not giving
every person is like what the are you made out of?
They're
marble?
mogging. They're just
like this is
the mogging cast.
insane.
Yeah.
It was like Zoro had his shirt off, and I'm like, Jesus, you're twice the size you were in season 1. It's canonically.
Bro's committed. They're very committed, each of them,
Yeah.
by the looks of it, which is nice. But I think if I was to ever painstakingly start with One Piece, it would either be reading or waiting for a new run of the anime.
We said this a few weeks ago, but we gotta catch up on Bleach.
Yeah, bro, there is so much media out right now. It is actually insane. So we will see. We will definitely see. Especially maybe when things die down a little bit. Then yes.
Speaking of another show that you didn't watch, Euphoria season 3 has just dropped its first episode.
Another show I'm not too worried about not watching, I think.
This is going to be spoilers, because I'm going to be real.
You have a lot to say.
I genuinely felt like a pit of despair of just, oh my God.
Like, you couldn't even hold a straight face before the podcast when you were saying, yeah, it was a good episode.
Yeah, I tried.
Bro's lip was like wobbling like crazy.
I was trying to tell a bunch of people today it was a great episode, and I was like, nah, it genuinely.
No one's buying that.
I sent a voice message to my group chat and told him not to listen to it, and it was just that, like, I've said it on the podcast before, I'm not a very emotional watcher. I've mentioned that episode, the special Rue episode during COVID.
Oh my goodness,
broke me.
If that didn't if you'd watched that and you didn't feel some type of way about it, I fear you might not have watched it properly.
But like I sit there and I'll be like this, I'll sitting like this, and I'll go that moved me to no end. But the when movies can genuinely get me to do the lock-in mode,
leans in,
which is rare, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Like one battle after another got my heart to beat off beat because of how tense it was. That is when, oh wow, that's a special movie. That is awesome. So Euphoria was one of the few shows I've ever been so emotionally just. Granted,
oh man,
I'm not a 16-year-old lesbian, so like
the show does a lot,
and I've never done any substance in my life. I could not be further from Rue. But when she was speaking in that special episode, it somehow hit a wavelength. I went, no, that's me. This is genuinely the feelings of lost and not sure how I feel at the moment. I think I watched it during COVID. I'm like, yeah, I'm. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Season 2 mixed. I'm like,
Season 2 was rough, especially, and I got to the tail end of the season and I wasn't wanting to finish it. Like I was close to dropping the show, honestly.
I love the virality of so much. Is this play about fucking us? I think it had meme moments and everything, but
there's some great moments throughout the season. But overall,
I think its production was pretty clearly like I'm pretty sure Jules was meant to be in Cassie's shoes, where dating like that relationship.
That would make more sense.
Last minute, but Hunter Schafer and I think what's it called? Jacob Elordi apparently aren't on speaking terms, so they can't be in the same scene together, basically, or speaking together. So, granted, got that from like 4 different people.
Dwayne Johnson and what's his name from Fast and Furious that I'm forgetting.
Vin Diesel.
Thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate you.
Not official sources. It's just people speculating. Yeah. There's been so many people like, here's every controversy, and that's been one of the ones that have been mentioned. Granted, Sam Levinson sets, I think, breed this type of like hatred, right? Like it brings the worst out of most people, except Zendaya, because she gives genuinely an outstanding performance in this episode.
Zendaya will never not give a outstanding performance. It feels like
there's a bunch of other people in this show that are great actresses and actors. Like genuinely, Jacob Elordi, he just got not. Granted, I corrected the Paul Tassi on Twitter. He said that he won the Oscar. He was nominated. Thank you very much.
Actually,
he didn't respond to my tweet, but no, he
Bro just edited his article.
No, he didn't though. I checked. I did want to thank you, but I wanted like at least a like on the tweet, but acknowledgement. No, but Jacob Elordi's a great actor. Genuinely a horrible performance.
Yeah,
I could not say it looks more phoned in. Of like he's not in.
Damn.
And I said in my that voice memo to the group chat that I think that Sam Levinson should be on like a Hall of Fame of film hitmen for the amount of character assassination he was able to pull off in a single episode. Where I'm like,
so it's low-key impressive in a weird way.
Yeah, it's just not the same show. And granted, it is a show that was remaking an Israeli drama while stealing the aesthetics of an LA photographer. and then just fired her from the show, went, "You're too young," and then stole that aesthetic and then made that the show, and then pissed off the composer.
Let's just call it Bungie's marathon.
It genuinely, I have never sat in my chair and gone, "Why is Hans Zimmer here?" It just isn't the same show.
Yeah.
And like, there are some themes and music that's beautiful. I'm like, it's just not Euphoria anymore.
Yeah.
And it's not touching the same themes, and
I feel like the amount of weight between last season and this one also did not help at all.
At least they didn't do a Stranger Things and had like 35-year-olds playing 16-year-olds. Like, because I think one of the actors is 35, right? But like,
yeah,
it's just, I don't know. Like, every character is speaking. It feels like the most like I'm an LA liberal show I have ever watched, because like they'll be like, "Hey, we're taking a dig at the right," and like, this is not entertaining to watch at all. And then like Lexi will be like the most I'm a lefty, like, "Oh, I'm not gonna be friends with a Christian. They're judgmental." It's like, I get it, because she's being judgmental. Is that her character? That's her emotional beat for the episode. Is that she used her free time?
I'm so glad I used my time wiser this week.
Like, and it's like, this is frustrating. And guess what? The whole thing is shot on Kodak film. It is genuinely like,
what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's shot on these film cameras, and it's all like, yeah.
Why would they do that?
Sam asked for it, and he got it, and it's like, can anything else get?
Don't
shot?
let this guy cook. Do not let him cook.
Yeah,
The food's burnt.
I'm actually really, really bummed, because I wasn't expecting it to be good, but Jules isn't in this episode.
It's like one of the best characters of the series.
It's the other half of the show.
Yeah.
Like, we're adapting Captain America Civil War. Okay, the story about Captain America and Tony, right? Like, yeah, but Tony's not in the movie. Okay, so you're doing your Euphoria season and you don't have Jules.
Which Loki Civil War actually kind of did. Anyway, but that's a different point.
But like, it's just, everyone's a sex worker now. Everyone's like Rue's gonna run a strip club.
Did not see that coming.
Cassie's gonna have an OnlyFans so she can get paid for a wedding. Like, so Nate is running his dad's company, and he's running it poorly in LA, and he's trying to scam some dude, right? So they live in a mansion and everything, and she was doing
With every new bit of information that you share with
Cassie
me
was
right
doing
now,
Instagram.
it gets worse and worse.
And she was like pretending to be a dog, and Nate walks in. He's like,
It sounds like awful fan fiction you're
you're a
telling me right
dog.
now.
"Why are you a
That
dog?"
is like the only clip I've
But
seen.
people make money doing this. And then like a few days later, they're in like a candlelit room eating spaghetti, and she's like, "I want to do OnlyFans." It's actually a big misconception. It's not actually an adult website. It's actually a communication. What is this? And then now she's going to start doing proper nudes and everything. And it's like, also, the next episode is, I think, going to have her with a pacifier, a nappy, but you can see everything. And that's the content she's uploading on it, which is against, everyone's been like on Twitter, like, that's actually against
the guidelines.
of OnlyFans. And it's like, what are we doing? So yeah, watch the show. 10 out of 10. It's amazing.
Are you gonna watch the next episode?
I'm gonna finish the season probably.
Damn, you've got a lot more commitment than I do.
Yeah, I need to see how this burns. I need to see, like, it's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
The stuff that happens, gang war.
But at least there's been good television. We've had Daredevil.
We did have Daredevil,
and it was great. It was a good time. I mean, each episode's really good.
I loved it.
Yeah, I don't really have much more to say about Daredevil.
Bullseye.
Other than it's just hitting week to week. Bullseye was standout.
That vignette at the start, the music,
bro,
and
Bullseye is by far the highlight of the season, and it's not close. It's actually kind of ridiculous.
So he goes into this diner after having the Fisk-esque opening of Daredevil.
Doesn't everybody?
Right? Yeah. Doesn't everybody? You're gonna don't kill me. Don't worry. I'm one of the good guys. Just.
It's hard not to love him, which is crazy because he's done some deplorable things.
One good deed, right? It's like, oh, okay.
Like, I feel like this episode made me forget that he killed Foggy. And it's like, damn.
He's like, that lady was in my head, and I killed your friend. And he's like trying to make up for it, but it's a redemption arc for a villain. And so
he hasn't really changed.
no, but he has changed. He's gone from like being under the thumb, and he's constantly his North Star has been these evil people.
Yes.
And
yes.
in Matt Murdock has found a new North Star, and like I got to make things right by you. You're like I've got one good deed. I know how to make it up to you.
He will never be able to make it up to it.
What is it? What's your one good deed? I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
And he doesn't miss. Holy. Do you think that was the Watcher, by the way? Because I don't think it is.
What's this? What?
In the window, the Watcher. People were talking about it. You think it is?
And
actually,
the head of Marvel Television put it on his Instagram story.
Oh, for real?
Which, even if it wasn't, it is.
Yeah, get Deku out of here, bro. Street Tears and Marvel, they just far exceed the likes of My Hero Academia.
What? Because Daredevil.
Because the Watcher is being there, right?
Okay.
That's a universal feat for Daredevil right there. He's getting the interest of the Watcher.
But the Watcher was not. Neither of them actually on the street. Daredevil quickly got off back on the pavement and then walked on the footpath. So Deku is safely fine on that street watching.
Right. Okay.
Ew. They're both watching. But there's not much really on it because the next episode's meant to be the big one. We're excited for it.
Yeah, the big one. I am very keen. It's crazy because it comes out tomorrow for us.
Yeah, the same episode that this will come out. The podcast episode comes out after.
Yeah,
which is funny.
Damn,
we can't fix that until like this becomes a full-time job. We start recording in the morning instead.
Rough release schedules for us. Yeah.
But it's funny because I showed over Discord a person who dropped Daredevil Born Again. He watched season 1 and went, I don't like it. It looks like shit. And I went, it's fair. He doesn't watch any other Marvel stuff, but I said I liked it Born Again. And he was watching it week to week and he just didn't like it. And then
which is fair enough,
showed him this episode. He goes, this is better than anything I saw from last season. I'm like, yeah.
It's a lot better.
Yep.
Season's way better. I really, wow. Vanessa dying, I didn't think they'd actually do it.
I hope they commit.
If she's alive next episode, I'm gonna be so freaking bummed, bro.
Which is so funny because the actor for Bullseye is a mad, as a Jewish man, he's a mad pro-Palestine person. Since 2014, he's been public about it.
Yeah.
And Vanessa is a Zionist, so it's like,
wow.
Bullseye really didn't miss.
He never misses, man. He never misses. I don't know. I feel like she's run her course as well, Vanessa, as a character, and it's time that Fisk like locks the fuck in and actually be a villain for once, because he has not felt Fisk hasn't felt intimidating in a long time, honestly.
And that's with him like crushing heads and everything. But if you're going to introduce Mr. Charles, Vanessa's always been in the way, and Charles knew that, and so now it's like cool. Now it's Fisk unlocked.
Yeah,
right.
Honestly.
And that's not to say like that that Vanessa should be fridged or anything. She was just a kind of like a nothing character. She was done. Her only thing was off-screen hiring.
Yeah, that's it. They just didn't utilize her to the best of her ability, and by now it's just too late.
It's too late. Cool.
It ran its course, and it is honestly the material that Fisk needed, because where else is he going to get it from? We've had his whole backstory.
Yeah.
We've done all that. We've got 3 seasons of television leading up to that point. Like it's time for something new.
Granted, the original show did everything they needed to with Vanessa, but Born Again season 1 and 2 have done nothing with her besides have her has basically window dressing.
Yeah.
Like you've now basically she's a glorified extension of the painting because of her white dress and the blood. She's now more of a motif of that. Like cool. That's what you're gonna do with her. I'm okay with that.
I'm happier with this choice if she stays dead than if she comes back and does nothing, because then it actually amounts to something. The same way that like Heather has something to work with, right, from Muse and such.
Make the cast smaller and actually give more to the female cast that are there. Yeah, because there's not really much. What's it called? Karen is great, cool, but you got to give
give her a few more scenes, I think, especially isolated. So we can really process what she's going through at the moment. Because we've seen a lot of reaction from a lot of characters, but I'd like to see a bit more from her, especially
a genuine arc that isn't like piggybacking off Frank or off.
And I get wanting to show a lot more, because there has been a lot more shine on the newer cast members.
BB,
BB as well. And I'm forgetting her name, the attorney.
Yeah, I don't remember her name either,
but she's been getting a lot more attention.
I just don't know. Episodes. But she's not really. She's more so just being.
She's a very big plot device.
Yeah.
But she has a lot of like personal interactions with the cast.
She worked well with chemistry with the swordsman.
Yeah.
I think that interplay of like that fucking bar of like, I don't have the line on me, but when he was talking about, and it's not on this episode, but when he's like the injustice with applause and everything, and he just says a bar off the top of his head. I'm like, he cooked. Yeah, he knows what this is. He knows he's made out to be an example, even though there's no evidence, and that this is a, what's it called when it's a phony court with a joke court, whatever it's called. There's a term for it. But I think that's mostly everything that we have to say. We did start, however, a new anime that we've now watched 3 episodes over, which is Witch Hat Atelier. I'll eventually know the exact pronunciation because I've watched dub and something that's slightly different.
Yeah.
That was something we'll nail over time.
This is, I think, the first anime you've recommended for me that I've sat down and watched.
Yeah.
Which is new. It's really nice to see. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll give it a go.
I did recommend you Code Geass.
Yeah, but it was also already on my to watch list before you would recommend it. You watching it just put it higher up on my list to watch. Yeah, because I was like, okay, he's
gonna watch it. It's a brand new anime for a manga that came out in 2016.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it. That's why I'm saying like this is like the first proper recommendation from you.
A seinen manga.
Yeah.
But look, I want to hear what you have to think. What is it? And what did you think about it?
Well, it's a fantasy show.
Mm-hmm.
Medieval fantasy by what we've seen so far about witches. It's pretty interesting. Coco is the lead little girl.
She's so adorable.
She is. I think the show is stunning, like technicality wise, like the music and the animation work and it's just phenomenal. Like whoever they got on this is just going way harder than they need to. It feels like a Demon Slayer situation where I'm like, whereas what I've seen so far of the story is okay. What really brings it like high up is the quality of the product. But for me, I think there's a bit too many cliches so far, especially someone who's like really big into like the fantasy core tropes and plays a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. This is very, very cliche so far, but I'm enjoying it. I'm going to really enjoying it.
It may be cliche, but it's about the execution, and I think the execution was done.
And that is why I am enjoying it. I think it is cliche, but I'm enjoying it. It's like Demon Slayer's first few episodes for me. It feels the same.
I think this was much better than Demon Slayer's first few episodes.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Granted, Demon Slayer does have, I think, a top 4 anime score, right? So it's really, really difficult because I think the main motif of Demon Slayer is like genuinely maybe a perfect piece of music, but compared to Demon Slayer's first season,
you're liking it that much more. I think I'd put it in the same tier so far. And I know there is a Gojo lookalike. And I know you glaze Gojo, he's on your shirt. So
no.
It's to be expected that you might like
what would you say his character is? What would you say he's like? What is a word you would attribute?
He's a sorcerer with white hair and blue eyes.
Would you
and he's a mentor, a teacher.
Okay. All right. So what is the word you want to use?
Well, that's
what is an adjective that would describe this character? I want you to say something that.
What, you want me to call him the strongest?
No.
Because he is the strongest we've seen on screen.
A word that you just given. If this was a graph, you would have these 2 characters, and you've given a list of similarities. What would that be? Or is another word other than similarity?
I don't know, man. You tell me.
You're dodging. You're dodging so fucking hard. Because I'm going to ask you. Are you saying that this is like a copycat situation or a like they're
not a copycat? No.
Okay, because
it's like Kakashi Gojo.
Sure,
in my eyes.
This guy came first. Gojo was in 2017. This man's was 2016.
Okay, then my apologies. A Kakashi clone.
Yeah, because Kakashi was the first type of.
Yeah, no, you know what I mean. I'm just.
Naruto fan, by the way. Look, Naruto fan, by the way.
Okay, same guy who is like, I love Gojo, and watched Naruto after the fact and went, I love Kakashi. I really want to love Kakashi because you like Gojo. So me saying you like this guy
wasn't as good
because
as Gojo.
You like Gojo is not a stretch.
He wasn't as good as Gojo.
Okay, yeah. Look, that's a take in itself.
It's not. No, it's not.
I hope that gets clipped. I really do. I want to see some comments
I'm a manga
about
reader, right?
Who's better, Kakashi or Gojo.
No. It's not a hot take.
It's
not a hot take.
I don't know, man. I think there's a lot more Kakashi fans than Gojo fans.
Okay. Oh, guess what? I'm comparing it to a manga that came out 28 years ago.
He's massive, though, man.
No, but one is like
Been around a lot
I can't
longer,
say.
yeah.
He is not in. He's fucking not really that relevant, right?
Oh, okay. Kakashi's
Compared
not
to-
relevant.
Your conversational skills are fucking horrible. Compared to Kakashi, who has like 9 arcs where he's like the second main character, and yet Gojo still outshines him.
In what way?
Name any, right? Spoilers for Naruto. Doesn't have to ride the coattails of his dead fucking friend.
That's brutal. I was gonna say I would have said Obito and Kakashi's dynamic is better than Obito and.
Oh,
Gojo.
cool. The dynamic of 5
on
episodes
Gojo's.
compared to 700 chapters. Awesome.
Hey, you're the one saying Gojo is better. Okay.
That and I love Kakashi. He's like a top.
look.
Like I haven't done the math, but he'd be a top 50 character.
So what do you think of his clone in this show?
I think he's fucking sick.
There it is.
So fucking
That's all I
cool.
wanted. That's
He's
all I
so
wanted.
cool.
That's all I wanted.
Because he's still like I can sense that there's flaws in him. But he's got a heart. There's something more here. He's a
really good character.
He
But
sees something within her.
He is very akin to that archetype.
Yeah. Spoilers for Witch Hat, right? Because like we were talking about the first 3 episodes, and I gotta fucking dive in. She fucking like ices her mom. Frozen, stone, bang, out of the picture. Oh shit. He comes in, right? It's just like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
It's good, yeah.
Like, I'm here. I'm already invested. And then there's more. This episode, the latest episode, episode 3, right?
It feels like someone's gotten their like cleric or wizard like backstory for a Dungeons and Dragons character and just got their own TV show about it, which I'm here for. I'm really enjoying it.
No, but
But like
episodes, I just want to get it. Episode starts. Oh shit. She better not take the test. Fucking Death Wish. I'm like, oh sweet. I'm here to see it. Right?
yeah, you know she's taking that shit.
I know she's. And the thing is though, like, okay, it was starts with G. I can't remember that. Like, we're still learning the names. It's fucking 3 episodes. I've watched in sub and dub, so it's getting a little bit. We will get more. Is it Grotty? The purple hair.
Those 2 I do not know.
Yeah. So
Anot, I know for one is like the one that like leads her in.
So who was her name?
Is it Anot or something like that?
Oh, look, we're not laughers. We're just
We
3
are
episodes in, right?
Seemingly laughing.
No, we're just starting, right?
Yeah,
I don't
we
even,
are just starting.
I don't even know.
I really am struggling with the characters'
Yeah.
names, but
I'm getting ready to basically go. This is my new Glaze Town, like central, because I just want to get this out, right? So she goes in, and it's just beautiful, stunning, and the way they execute it. Now, some of the humor is a little over the top, right? I'm not saying these are 10.
it's
10,
just
10.
anime humor. You know, I'm used to it.
Yeah, just to like does something out there and goes like that. I'm like, not
Not my
fan.
cup of tea. Yeah.
But it's also like a 14-year-old girl. Like she's
It
going to be
adds up.
cringe.
Yeah.
Like not everyone's going to be like.
It's not out of
I'm
character.
Sasuke. Oh, I want to kill my brother. Look at me, right?
What the fuck was that for?
Just fucking.
You glaze him as much as I do.
Yeah,
Where's that
but
from?
him at 14 is edgy. Where
Edgy. I think if I had my entire family slaughtered, I would be a little like void of emotion.
cool, sure. And when you watch the first episode,
Yep.
it comes across as just an edgy kid, right?
Okay, yeah,
Later
yeah,
on, you find out all this other stuff, blah blah blah. Yes, okay, you saw your family died 500,000 times, whatever. So like,
That's crazy. All right,
But
we'll just brush it off the
at
side.
this point, you
Yeah.
know, or doing, compare,
Yeah.
she's being a bit cringe.
Which is fine.
It's
Yeah.
a girl being a bit cringe, right?
Yeah, it's fine. The writing's fine. I think the most interesting part so far is definitely the world building, like most medieval fantasy shows,
Yep.
it seems like. One thing I will say, I just can't stop talking about this, but anytime they were in the air, I was like, wow, interesting camera shots, different like perspectives. Wow. If only one other show had this with a character that flies all the time.
Why did the camera move so fucking much when the staircase scene and it goes down and it starts doing this and then it stops and then he falls? It's like,
Why does the character's proportions change like as if it's an anamorphic lens or whatever it be?
no, stop, dude,
Like-
dude. So in the third episode,
Yes,
when
yes,
she's on
when
the
it's
broom
the closer
and
and
it goes
it
to and then it does the oh
man,
fuck!
if only I could think of like one character that's really
Leon,
massive right
you're
now
not
that
allowed to
flies
do
all
good
the time.
storyboards in Western TV. You're not allowed to. There is not a single Western TV show that has good storyboards.
No,
You're not
and
allowed.
I should just enjoy the story.
Not,
I
not
just
possible.
it's not like a story can be elevated.
Because we're not even talking about the compositing there. We're literally
You're
just saying
talking about the
the
storyboard.
The storyboards in Gengar to go from like it's like
The compositing just blows it out of the water.
She's got her arms out and it's got like that. It's got that wide anamorphic type look on like a
Yeah,
12
if
millimeter
I wanted
lens.
to make the comparison to a Western animation, I would have just said the leaks of Avatar. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's too easy at this point. Like,
Granted, that's a movie. This is a 20-minute.
I don't care. The budgets are like
Okay.
not that far off.
Okay. It just, regardless.
Yes. Regardless.
Holy shit! Oh, sorry. I need you to pause, because, going in, I thought this was gonna be a shonen. I thought this
Right.
I was like, hey, this is gonna be a shonen, but it's like not battle shonen. It's gonna be about like these three girls and a gojo.
Powerpuff Girl.
Cool. Powerpuff Girl. That's like
Yeah.
cool. I'm here for it. I heard it's fucking amazing. I saw a video essay by, fuck, who was it? Was it Johnny or something like that?
Don't ask me, man.
There was a video
I didn't
essay.
watch it.
No, there's a few manga video essays that I love.
A lot of people are talking positively about it, and for good reason.
Well,
it is really good. So
It was talking about like the big manga at the moment, and it's like, hey, you're not reading the best one of like JJK, Chainsaw Man, all these ones that came out in like 2017. The best one from that you haven't read, Witch Hat. And I'm like, Witch Hat?
Which that's good so far. I it's just so rough because it's following up Free Run for me, and I'm like,
Okay, Free Run's first episode is better.
yeah. I at the moment, Witch Hat is sitting at like, if it's out of 10, like a 7.
I'm
for
sitting
me.
at an 8.
That's fine, yeah.
Okay.
It has room for growth, and if the story really develops and if it like does the Full Metal Alchemist and like the world building is like that level of good, then it will definitely go up for me.
The music's cute, but I'm not ready to say that it's like Free Run level or Full Metal level.
No,
Right?
it's
But
not.
to really go against those top dogs, right? I need that score to really.
See, like I said before, I think Demon Slayer does have a better opening. I think Gyu and such is like, I don't know, having his sister become it just adds a bit more.
I think
to it.
I'd
I think
like
there's a
it
bit
more in the
more.
manga, even though I'd lose the music. I think just the way it's directed, both like even from a vocal performance, both in sub and dub, Demon Slayer comes across as so much more heavy-handed, and it keeps that heavy hand throughout the entire thing.
It does, yeah.
And it doesn't. I don't know. I feel like I'm watching I'm being treated like a child, and then like I see a demon like use Tanjiro's house.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
why am I feeling like I'm watching an episode of like, I don't know, Blue's Clues, and then
and then all of it.
and then
In a way, I kind of like the jarringness of it initially. I think the heavy-handed shouldn't have stayed, but to begin with, it is like because you are meant to rock your audience in.
well, yeah. Look,
in the
I'm not.
first bit.
It's not such a large disparity as I'm making it. It's just like Zenitsu gets introduced pretty soon, and then
Yes, yeah.
and
I think
including
I
some
think
of that
Witch
stuff.
Hat will be a better season of television than Demon Slayer overall, but like
Yeah.
the opening is very
Yeah.
like
I think look, and I wasn't even an anime person, but I remember the culture of the times, and I also know just from my research that like episode 19 of Demon Slayer was when the world did turn upside down because of the cultural impact of that fight, right?
Yeah.
The same thing happened when Gojo did his Hollow Purple in season 1. Is JJK was kind of going okay, and then bang, Hollow Purple, and then it's
been a big change.
Trackable.
So I hope there's a lot of room for improvement, and and if it continues to get better and more complex, then these first few episodes definitely get better for me at least.
I didn't say the thing I wanted to say.
What is it about? Witch Hat or
Yeah. I think it's an ADHD thing because I went to start saying something, and then I just completely went, oh, by the way, squirrel. And I'm like, fuck.
He's back.
Okay, I'm back in the building. It's Power System. That's when I was talking about Power Shonen, was because, I'm back.
Yeah,
So,
it is an interesting take on how like a magic system could work.
it's all about artistry and the people with the finest lines and the most intricate detail, and the way it's Power System and the way it works, right? And the ethics and the rules of can't do it on human skin, can't do it on this.
I think it is just because I'm like so exposed to this type of like medium that it is like for me, I'm like, I've seen this before, but like it is really cool regardless. Like even if I am overexposed to this, like it is my favorite genre. So like
I feel like I've just drawn something really pretty, and I'm like, this can go in the fridge, and you're like,
it's good. It's good. It can go in the fridge. I'll let it go in the fridge. It's just not getting put up on the wall. That's the difference here.
yeah, but like you've put it down like below like ankle height. Like it's just like
It is good. It has a lot more room to impress me.
Mother's Basement says that this has the opportunity because he's read the manga.
Yeah.
This could become his favorite
Look,
over Mob Psycho
Damn. That's
because he knows where it goes.
Yeah, well, it's got a lot of work
And
to
I'm
do.
like, if he believes if the source of the plot is that good to go on,
I will probably end up, like, as we continue to talk about the new episodes, it'll be hard not to compare it to Free Run just because it is the most modern
do you do that to
anime
Dungeon
in the
Meshi?
genre. Well, if it was coming out still, yeah, I'd compare to Dungeon Meshi.
No, but like you watch a new episode of Dungeon Meshi and you go, it's not free run, right? But it's like,
Well,
do you do that?
a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
A little bit, yeah. I like Dungeon Meshi, but for different reasons, you know. It's a different kind of show. And this show is different as well. So I'm trying to not compare, but it's hard not to, especially coming right off of a fresh season of free run.
All right. I forgot I can actually tick things on this.
Ooh,
And does it
yippee.
actually work on? Wait.
Oh god.
I just want to make sure we've done this. We've done Alex Lee. We've done our cold open. Daredevil. Oh, we're doing pretty well. Look, we've got a couple things.
There's definitely an elephant in the room.
I want to skip that and do more next.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, sweet. Actually, updates on there too.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I want to do more next because
I'm enjoying it. I think my biggest issue with Maul right now is that it's another character-led show from Star Wars. We talked about it a bit off the podcast, but I'm other than Andor, because Andor is the exception, like Satoru Gojo, of the Star Wars shows that we've been getting since Disney took over. Majority of the character-led shows have just not been it.
This formula I'm sick of.
Yeah, I'm really over it. And I talked about Maul initially last week, how I really enjoy the world building, and like we're seeing a side of Star Wars we don't get to see a lot, which is like the underworld and the crime. I just wish the show was Star Wars Underworlds instead of Star Wars Maul.
The issue is they pick a character that objectively is done, right? And then they go, they're the main character, and then everyone else gets the character arcs around them, right?
Yeah.
But the plot happens to the main character, and you're like, this seems dumb. So you go Ahsoka, cool. The plot's her, but the character growth comes from Sabine, and the character growth comes from like,
everyone else.
Everyone else.
It's the same with it really did start with the Mandalorian, honestly.
Yeah, because you like, which granted, when you have a cowboy show, right, it uses the same, and I've said this again with Ryan Johnson when he talks about whodunits, right?
Yeah.
Is that you have your main, like your detective, then you use everyone else to go around it, but the plot doesn't revolve around the detective, right?
No.
It revolves around everyone. It revolves around like the titular character. So when you get Grogu, Mandalorian Grogu, it's like cool. So Grogu's going to be the one that grows and develops, and Mando is going to be the one that sticks, and then over time he's going to grow. No, that doesn't happen. And Grogu
past the first season. First season does a great job. of it.
No issues with first season.
Yeah, first season is still
Tick.
like one of my favorite Star Wars projects.
9 out of 10. Wow.
Should have just
Imagine if we got a season 2.
wrapped up
like
season 2.
Yeah.
Where it was not as good, but still like, you know.
But then we go to one of the worst, some of the worst two things, right? We go to Boba Fett, which is,
and then Obi-Wan,
and then Obi-Wan, which is probably one of the worst examples. Well, with Obi-Wan, right? You go, cool. Obi-Wan's not going to change. He's just this guy that gets a call, and then we're going to have like Leia and these other things.
Yeah, there was a way more interesting story to be told, I think, with Obi-Wan. Anyway, that's a whole other can of worms. But
it get all of these issues.
The same issues I'm having with Maul. They're not as big an issue with Maul because at least the show has a lot of other things going for it.
The cop, I think the detective should have been the main character, and then you have all the different syndicate like.
Not even. I just have this be a part of the galaxy and like one of the stories going on, and treat it like Andor, where different things are going on around the galaxy in the underworld. I want to see different like freaking crime families. I want to see the Hutts. I want to see the Pikes. I want to see all of them doing different things, but interacting with each other indirectly.
The Star Wars gangs might be just some of the most boring gangs I have. And because granted, it has to be okay for kids, right?
Yeah, I just wish we got more of that understanding of the underworld factions and treat it like a Game of Thrones type of situation. They all interact. They're all in the same world. They're all happening at the same time. They're all indirectly affecting each other. And then you can have characters come and go. Like Maul, he could be like a center figure. But
it's just stunning.
Show is visually, and like all the work that went into making it how it is, like from the sound design to the visuals to like the fact that Sam Witwer is as committed as he is to Maul is making me like him when I probably shouldn't. Like what's on the page is not all that. He is giving it everything he's got to make me interested in Maul, and it is working.
Yeah.
Thankfully, and I saw some of the behind the scenes workings, and the fact that they get him to scream for the lightsaber is like one of the.
Yeah.
That's just so cool, man.
Yeah.
It's so cool, and you can hear it. You can hear that. I'm like, oh, now this is just how it should be.
Yeah. But so I do want to comment because we'll talk about the music, right? And I love that that with the music in this episode, this batch, they were using the
Battle of Heroes from.
I was also going to talk about how they used what I associate with Darth Maul is a lot of some of the vocals of Duel Effects, and they use the
Yeah,
bit with the
yeah.
like that
Yeah.
part, right? And I'm like, cool, because
Well, the whispers show up originally when he's first introduced in Phantom Menace before you even get to the duel
Yes.
at the end. When he shows up next to Palpatine at the
Yes.
start of the movie, you hear the
yeah. And so for me, it's like, cool. If it's Duel of the Fate of this child and the importance of her, cool. I can kind of see the link here. If you use the this motif,
yeah, it's a better usage
I'm like,
of it.
yes, this is good. And it just kills me that it is probably one of the most boring gang stories I've ever seen.
That's it. I'm only really interested in like the Maul and the Jedi aspect of the show so far, which is a shame because the detective is a really interesting character. It's just he's not really given any real room to shine.
He has a droid who is one note. And now spoilers for this episode. The Empire's here, and you're like, all right, cool, that's done. I don't imagine this is gonna like he's been active now, and now it's going to be probably going against the Empire. I don't.
The other thing with having Maul as like the lead of the show is like we know his endpoint, and I know that's the case with a lot of Star Wars media, but like to make anything like impactful, it's kind of we know he's gonna fail. So
he's one of the most journeyed characters of where we have every dot point, and they keep adding new like, oh, what about here? You're like, well, I kind of know.
Yeah, like what's really gonna rock my socks? Like compared to someone like General Grievous, who we've got a couple dot points, but a lot of it is not canon.
I would love more Dooku, and
Dooku as well. Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah,
or I think it was in Tales of the Jedi. Phenomenal, standout. His episodes of him as a Jedi were some of the best we've got. Like
have a separatist
world
show,
building,
right? And
please,
and it just covers like
especially in this day and age,
more of Dooku, more of Grievous, and it's just. And granted, it doesn't have to be Jedi focused. They do a ton of shit that isn't Jedi focused, right? And look, and I'm not armchair critic type shit, right? But
I think there's just so much Star Wars that we could have, and the stuff that we have been getting for the last like 5 or 10 years, it's just unfortunate. It's very safe
to see the stuff that's really cool go to comics. And
yeah,
like, granted,
that's it, right?
Not to say that comics aren't a great medium.
I love comics. It's just not as wide an audience.
Every single good thing is a comic. And it's like...
Which is funny because most of the good things I like about Maul so far is a direct follow-up from Clone Wars for one, and then his comic that explains how he's been able to get around everything in between, which is like the Son of Dathomir. And like how he was able to rise up for Clone Wars as well. Like if you don't know that comic to some extent, the last thing you know is he got beat by Sidious. How did he get back to Mandalore? How is he like, back in the chair and stuff? So... It is an important medium. I just wish we got a bit better storytelling.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
That's pretty much it for that. All right. So now, granted, that's not fully showing up. I don't have.
It's fine.
Cool. Let's see. We'll do.
What do you want to do first? I'll let you choose. I'm easy.
All right. We'll do the one under Maul. I mean, we won't do it for long because I don't.
Don't have a lot to say?
No, I do. I just don't. I'm just not. It's not going to be fun.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about the boys then.
Okay. 2 episodes of the boys dropped.
Yeah.
Last season,
yeah. Finally. It took a while to get here.
What did you think of the boys, Leon?
I thought it was okay. I actually kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than the first 2 episodes of the last season.
It's not a high bar.
No, it's not. But I was expecting a lot worse, to be honest.
These 2 episodes were fine.
They were. Are we going to talk spoilers?
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoilers ahead.
Holy moly, the Thing is such a fat fucking chud in the second episode. I'm sorry, I just had to say it. I've been saying so many memes about it. It's so funny. But it's more or less everything I kind of expected the story to go.
It's just like, it's just a formula. I saw a tweet that was like, Season 1, hey guys, I've got an idea to take out Homelander. And I know the guy. Fails. Hey guys, I've got a even riskier idea, and I know the guy.
In between with you, and so it's more or less the same stuff we've seen, and I'm fine with it.
But it just gets less and less interesting.
It does, yeah. And the thing that is carrying for me is a lot of the performances. I think because Homelander is still
sure,
and the Deep makes me laugh.
Okay,
I know it's the same.
It is
I know it's the same
on the performances of great actors.
Yeah,
and then we have a main cast where I'm like. Annie is doing it like the best that she can do.
Really
Huey has nothing. Huey is just moral grandstanding on while being correct.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys,
I'm so over it. Honestly, it's the best thing is just seeing the conclusion of A-Train's arc so far.
it was okay.
It was fine. I mean,
It was.
I mean, the bar's pretty low, so me saying it's the best thing, I'm not saying it's like
No, it's just
great.
like,
I'm just saying it is like it's good.
We
It's good.
all knew it was gonna happen, and then what was it? Right? It's like,
I do wish
okay,
it was a bit more of a showdown than what we got. I don't know.
fucking like I get the symbolism because he has to dodge, right?
Yeah, he
But
dodges.
he's a fucking speedster. Why is Eternals the only thing to actually know how a speedster works? Speed is broken.
Yeah.
And it's like frustrating,
But
right?
Homelander moves the same speed, so it's like
okay.
sure, whatever. Fine.
So you have a scene where he says no. You have a scene where he talks to the Deep and realizes that he was actually the same as the Deep. Then he goes and
Do I
saves
like Justice League's Flash versus Superman brief period than I like A-Train versus Homelander?
in the Snyder Cut.
No.
Oh, in the Joss
In the
Whedon.
Whedon cut. I think I might like that more
Because
than
most of it Zach's.
yeah.
So it's just color graded horribly
It's just, it's just
in
awfully
in
colored,
235 to 1 or it was. No, it was.
I know I'm comparing a movie to a TV show, so it's not fair. But like they're both bad.
Yeah.
To be honest, Homelander. I don't know. I'm so over him, and like as much as I love like the memes and his performance, Anthony does great.
It's just such little commentary.
Yeah, it is. That's one thing the show's lacked for
Mm.
since season 2. Honestly, is like it does not have much of a voice anymore.
It's more so just like, hey, conservatives do this. Isn't that funny? And starlighters are like Democrats who don't do anything. You're like, okay. And I know a lot of this was written before the election, so it's like kind of like crap. It's not our fault that we picked history and they decided to repeat it. Right?
Yeah.
That's not, and look, and I don't fault him at all for that. I kind of fault not to go on my little tirade, just the capitalistic reason to make more seasons because it's the biggest Amazon show.
That's it. It's so counterintuitive to what it's trying to do that I'm like, you're making fun of the very thing you are almost.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's shooting your own foot.
Yeah,
in
like
a way.
we've got 3 spin-offs, we've got animated show, and now it's like
Like you're
I
still
don't-
run by like Amazon at the end of
Yeah.
the day. Like
and they got when they had the writer character come in and they're like, he's making like, do you know how hard it is to write a final season? I'm like, every single final season's now doing this. It Chapter 2 did it. I remember in X-Men Apocalypse they came in and was like, do you know how hard it is to write the end of a trilogy? And like, you're not slick.
I don't care. I have
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith. I have Lord of the Rings. I have plenty of good movies.
I
Like
don't like the commentary. And then
Yeah.
for this season, the commentary is, do you know how bad an autocratical like government would be if like they were really childish and dumb and like did bad things? And you're like, yeah.
yes, I we do. We're living
Are we
in
going
it.
to do anything introspective here?
Mm.
And like, I don't know what there is much to comment on, but they have characters just kind of stand still and then doing greatest hits moments of like,
Yeah.
are we going to see like there's a lot that's happened in the last 12 months. Are we going to see like a really like Homelander's standing there and they've got a kryptonite bullet and they shoot it and it clips his ear? Are they going to do something like that this season? Because that happened during the writing period of this. This is like, is that what we're going to do? And I'm sick of like the trolley principle of basically, and we're going to talk about Invincible, but the idea of, oh, we can win. It just involves wiping the entire enemy out. And it's all of them. No question.
It is really annoying that like, because Invincible's been a comic for a while.
Yeah.
I know The Boys, was a comic as well. I haven't read The Boys, and I don't know when it came out, but like having them line up this final season with
Yeah.
with Invincible, I'm like,
I-
you're just getting shown up like
Yeah.
really badly.
And I don't even as a premise, like, I think it's much better in Invincible, but I'm
What's the
already...
last? They don't actively. It's not the go-to answer in Invincible. It's a last resort answer, which is a much better use.
Yeah.
So when you have the boys who are like they're gunning for it every chance they get, like it is the plot device to. It's like the win con, right?
And it's so like
Like the whole story is kind of
yeah. So
centered around it.
let me. I think I should take the reins because I haven't read the comic, right? So with Invincible, it is a you're fighting against a systemic planet of this ideology, which is a very much just like, cool, it's an insurmountable force that we can't come across, and we've got a golden bullet that could solve it. And so I imagine that tomorrow's episode of Invincible is going to really explore that kind of like a lot of it, right? And as much as it goes on, the problem with the boys, as like the joke is that Homelander, if you put him in another verse, is kind of weak. They keep showing Homelander is beatable. He bleeds. Everyone can make him bleed. He has so many weaknesses. He isn't Superman. Maeve can make him bleed. And so it's just really frustrating where the answer is, you know what? It is quite literally putting Homelander in a box.
It's so funny how, like, if he just got jumped, it'd be GG probably.
If JoJo Part 5 style, just a bunch of people kicking around.
Honestly, if they had all just like worked together to beat him, they probably could have.
And granted, then you can argue, Charles, it's then a commentary on if we all join forces, we could have a class revolution. I'm like, but it's not set up that way. Like, it's not set up that, if Maeve and A-Train and everyone just joined together, then we just would beat him. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess some of this can be counterable. It's just not enjoyable. I'm fatigued. I'm burnt out. I'm apathetic. And it's just kind of like, cool, we're just hitting the notes. Oh, yeah. We're testing it, and like, again, spoilers, Soldier Boy didn't die, so all right, we need to make
it. I think everyone knew he wasn't going to die there.
Which, granted, the trailers have shown that he doesn't die.
So and I mean, I stay away from that stuff, but like, I had no suspense in that scene. The obvious giveaway is like, you see two of their heads explode. Soldier Boy he's just chilling there. He's got like a few bits and bobs, but like, his head doesn't explode. There's no like blood gushing out or anything.
Yeah,
it's nowhere near as severe.
Yeah.
So yeah, when he like rises up, I'm not shocked at all in the slightest. It's not to mention they didn't really use his character at all for benching him for that long. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, you're gonna do more with him, especially Jensen Ackles is like one of the best performances the show's given.
But again, okay, so this is a lot of the stuff that we said this so far could be like, no Charles or no Leon. Okay, Soldier Boy has now been woken up. He's been used by Homelander, and he's now at a fresh point where they've just tried to kill him. What is his arc going to be this season? Is it just going to be he's a weapon?
He's kind of, I mean, that could be an interesting point, but it's just been done better
elsewhere.
Yeah.
What is his arc going to be? What's the commentary going to be? Is it going to be a commentary on people who have, like Captain America, like fought in wars in the past, have to adapt and move on? Is it going to be he just generally is too far gone? And like, what's
who knows?
This is a character that we loved. You've brought him. You didn't kill him off. There are a bunch of characters here that probably should have been killed off seasons ago. Frenchie, he's done. Cool, he's done.
Been done.
Kill him off. Mother's Milk, what is he doing? He's here. He had a cool moment. What is he doing? Because you're going to kill Annie. You've kind of set her up to not die. Huey, moral center of the show. You can't kill him off until at the end. Butcher, what
he's gonna die.
He's gonna die. Cool. He is dead. He's
a walking corpse. Like,
but okay, so is Butcher just gonna be? I'm gonna toe the line of diabolical shit until I die in the finale as the finals twist.
Bless.
Is that it?
Probably.
If that's the big twist, okay. Cool. I'm being really harsh right now because I'm sitting at like a 5.
I do love
6.
Carl Urban as well, so it is like a real.
That's the thing. 10 out of 10 performance. He's done his job.
Yeah.
Give him something to do.
Yeah, it's just more of the same stuff. Boys are the boys. It's better than last season, but it's a low bar.
It is having to really course correct because I genuinely hate.
Last season made us all really not want to.
Yeah.
If this wasn't the last season, we wouldn't be watching it. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I think I would have dropped it. It would have been a Walking Dead moment.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, you've just shotgunned me in the stomach of like my care.
I'm also like, where is Ryan? I think that's my
boarding school. Again,
my biggest issue. Yeah, especially when you have Homelander trying to go on this arc of like, oh, I'm so alone, I'm so isolated, I'm so unloved. But you've just been like fighting for your son like for ages because that's an attachment there. But instead of like flying to his school and going, I'm taking him. No, I'll take my dad out who tried to kill me. And I know he's not mentally right, but like, I don't know. It just
I don't know about that. Like, I get it, but like, you know, not all like, you know, mentally not right characters would then go, oh yeah, the most thing would make sense would have a connection with my son.
It's just the fact that he's not in the show at all, and like to have Homelander on this arc, it's like
my worry is there is not much time at all, and I don't see what they do with him. Kill him
I feel
off.
like he's been a bigger waste. Last season should have been when he was.
But I love the
really
idea of taking about how you can take these bright futures and then with bad parental figures, kind of turn them. I've just seen it done better elsewhere.
That's it. Every story thread minus season 1
Yeah.
has been done better elsewhere, I feel
So I just want to say, this is the reason we're being so overt right now. Is I imagine for both of us, we want to be proven wrong. We have like,
yeah, I didn't watch all this like The Boys
because we want to love it.
because I've had a good time. Like when I say I don't like The Boys and I wanted to drop it, it got to like a 5 out of 10 at its worst.
It's just when you're dropping hour-long episodes, 70-minute episodes, you're like, okay,
It's like I gotta really commit the time.
It's-
Which DT videos up about it, worth watching.
no one saw it. Yeah, look, if you can watch that video about the sunk cost fallacy, I'd really appreciate it. It's at 170 views, and it's dead. I gotta probably remake a thumbnail. I'll probably do title and
But
everything.
you go into depth about that.
Yeah, that concept and everything. But yeah, final note is that like these episodes are like 5, 6 out of 10 for me, right?
Mm.
But the future episodes have the keys to course correct. Cool, you've not made like bad decisions. It's just this is kind of
just you're in a bunker.
Yep.
Time to get back on the ground.
Let's ramp this up. Okay, where do we go? We've kind of finished the first arc. What's this next arc? And it could be really interesting. Maybe.
The potential,
right? But that's our thoughts on that. But now we've got Invincible.
It's so rough because I enjoy Invincible probably the most out of like anything we've talked about today.
Yeah.
But it's still ugly.
So yeah. Okay.
Still
So
really.
spoilers for Invincible. What
still
happens
really
in this
ugly.
episode? Like.
Well, we finally get to really see the ramp up of the war, and Thrag makes his move. And
Yep.
you were talking about character assassination in Euphoria. Yikes! Yikes! Now, I'm not one of the people thinking that the voice of Thrag is bad.
Cool. I was letting you speak because I was sitting like, I'm gonna get my time to speak.
My issue is not with the voice or the performance because I think that is perfect and it represents exactly how it is on the page for me. My issue is just the character model. As simple as that. He looks like a big baby. He doesn't. There's no part of his design that is what I
look at the comic panels that people have been like, when you see this guy, I'm like, thanks. I don't know who that is, and you've just shown me that he's a big guy. Cool. I guess he's the strongest Viltrumite from the bit you've shown me. You're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, but it's that quick where someone can just go, look, and you go, strongest Viltrumite. I can tell. Cool.
Yeah.
I look at this guy and go,
who are you, bro?
Maybe.
Who are you? Yeah, like
and I do want to throw a spear at the people who are having to go at the voice performance because I think it's like
so silly.
You just have to use your brain for a second. Okay, so you have a guy and he isn't. I am cool. He's not Megatron.
Yeah,
like he's not that.
I'm imagining it's weird because a lot of the issues are saying from comic fans. I'm like, you know what's coming.
I just want to get my point out in one go because I don't want to get clipped out of context.
Yeah.
So just to get my point in full, right? It is not. Look at me. I'm this evil guy, right? So cool. Let's use our brains. So it's not Ryan Hurst. Why? As someone that hasn't read the comic, cool. He's speaking more like a thespian. He's speaking more when he's speaking to the skull, right? Of the yeah. He's speaking softer, and he's okay, cool. So he has a relationship with this fucking skull, right? But then he speaks differently to everyone else, and it's in a deeper, more serious cadence. However, he's also the strongest motherfucker in the universe, so maybe he's not going to need to have that gravel. There is no push for throne. He is him. So when someone speaks to him, it's like, sorry. It's like, cool. Yeah. I am Thrag. You will listen to me, kneel. Just that. Because if he does more, you go,
you're doing too much.
You're doing too much.
You're just aura farming for
too much.
For the sake of it. And it's like, it's not necessary.
Right.
You know?
So yeah.
And it doesn't really, his character is fine. It's just his design. His face is a bit puffy.
It's a circle.
It is a circle. And it's just.
It's based on the Corey Walker design, apparently.
I get that. I do. It does look a lot like the Corey Walker style. I think there's just a bit more of a halfway point. Like they're just like slightly off. Like if it's not even just the face, I think it's also how broad he is and stuff. Because he is even a little bit more broad than Corey Walker's art style. I am really enjoying it. The lack of tone in the visuals is just killing me. I don't feel any tension. It's really rough. I saw a lot of people complaining about Mark's beard. It's not that deep. It just looks more like Steven. Which fine.
It's for me. It's about the ruggedness compared to the shirt and everything, right?
Yeah.
Like someone did an edit.
I did see.
with the shirt being
kind
of ripped,
art style.
and then the beard being a little
bit more full.
no, not even a bit full, but it's just a bit messier, like
Yeah.
notably messier, rather than just patchy. Which, absolutely, it's just there's no compositing. There are 4 compositors.
Well, that's it. It's
and
just
so-
the team is tiny, as we know.
Yeah,
So I'm not gonna hop on more than I need to. It's very clearly and objectively bad to look at.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not saying objective there.
No, it could be a lot worse. But I
Look, I'll say this: it is the worst. I would say it's the worst animated show visually that I'm watching, or have watched recently in this type of niche, in this budget, in this everything. It would be in anime, in Western. The DC AU movies that we watched look visually better.
And just so we can clear the air, it is one of my favorite narratives at the moment. Period.
It is still a top 10 superhero show.
Yeah.
At this point, I want it to be top 5.
Yeah, ideally, in a perfect world.
And when the season ends, I would love to. We should do a ranking
Yeah.
of what a joint ranking of what our top superhero shows are.
Yes, you know how there's like people who do like One Piece and such like that.
Yeah.
They do like their fan. They try and improve the series. You know that guy who did the compositing for that bit of Conquest. If he goes back and gets like a small team and just recomposites the whole thing, puts it up online, I'm never watching the original.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm just
there's a because on that video he says like specifically this is a test. This isn't to replace the idea.
That. I know that.
I don't know the moral standings of like what is considered okay because you are going over the top of someone else's work.
You definitely are.
Yeah.
But then the people who did the work aren't making the calls. Yeah,
it's not their fault.
I wouldn't ever have a bad thing to say about them.
I saw like one of them, her tweets, and he was like, I agree with everything you're saying. You're cooking, right?
Yeah, literally. My issues are always with typically the same thing we always have an issue with is
Amazon, right?
Amazon.
And holy shit. Charles was right. It is a staff issue. Clip this. When I said they should just hire more people, and people going, Charles, it's not a man issue. It's not a man issue. Pull up the fucking tweet. Oh, there's 4 of us working. Half the storyboarders got fired, and there's a website that compares this staff list. It is tiny. They said, we could do this if they had more compositive. If we had 10 plus, we could probably do exactly what's on the screen.
And not just the manpower either. We're also talking about time. They're like, if we had more time as well, because it's almost like maybe a yearly release doesn't work that well.
And they're not saying give us 5 years. It's just maybe more than 12 months per season. Maybe have 10 compositors, right? 18-month release schedules. This show would look 10 times better with just those 2 changes. But you know what? If you're paying, so there's 4 compositors, up it to 10, that is 6 more wages. Granted, this is where the thing is. A bunch of people going, well, it's animated in Canada. It's animated in the US. It is not. It is outsourced to multiple companies, including South Korea. So, to all the people who are like, oh, well, in those Asian countries, they work like this and this and this. You think that in South Korea it's any different? Like, it's the same thing.
And to think that the animators aren't busting their ass just as bad.
Yeah.
Over in
they do the same thing in America. It's the same in Canada. I don't want this to become a geopolitical, like, socioeconomic.
It shouldn't.
Like,
the medium of animation shouldn't.
It is a simple conversation. It should look better. A $2.2 trillion company has the money. It is also one of their biggest shows.
I was gonna say it's one of the most successful shows on Amazon, so there's no excuse.
When people go, oh, Charles, it's hour-long episodes, 50 minutes, right? Just for starters, 8 episodes per season, half the length, double the episodes, 25-minute episodes for 16 episodes per season. You've just released a season of anime. That is a slightly longer core than normal. That's it. And that's for the modern standards. For like JJK did 12.
Yeah.
Freerin did 10 to 12. Sakamoto Days does 16. Like Dan Dan does 12. Solo Leveling did 12. So it's like you just did a slightly longer anime season, so Castlevania did a 4-episode season, right? But not that. But that looks like it's been.
But they also
from
up the
Statue of
episodes
David
as they go on and stuff. Yeah. But because we talk about the visuals a lot. We get that out of the way.
Okay, cool.
I'm glad.
We're done. I'm not mad.
What did you like as a show only narratively from this episode? The wars really got kicked underway and Telescuria got attacked. We saw Optimus Prime throw hands.
I need a second because I'm just. It was a good episode. 7 out of 10.
Damn.
It was good.
Is that just? I'm just speaking narratively, by the way.
Yeah, then like the narrative was good. And, like Mark came back, and then that moment worked.
But
Okay, look. All right, sorry. Here's my problem. So, there are too many, and granted, in a book, the pacing would be so much better because it would be showing like, for example, a fight sequence. Alan's struggling, so it'd be like, I haven't read the book, but I imagine he's struggling for a couple panels, right? Cool. Alan's struggling. Tech Jacket's there. Tech Jacket's maybe struggling for a couple panels or pages, right? Then you keep going, right? And then the fight's happening. And you'll be like, oh, cool, Tech Jacket's maybe taking out one dude, but gets in a headlock by Anissa. Okay, but when it's in animation and you start spreading that over minutes of time, it then becomes exacerbated. So when you're watching Tech Jacket fucking doing jack shit for the entire... I'm really sorry. The actual episode is decently fine. I like...
Yeah.
With the Optimus Prime guy, is it Thetis or Thaddeus?
Thetis.
Thetis, cool.
I
Thetis.
pronounce
Cool,
it
cool, cool,
Thetis.
cool, cool. Thetis. I love everything about him.
He was... You want to know something?
What?
He gets his shit rocked in the comics.
What?
He does nothing. He's such a pushover in the comics. It was my biggest, like, whoa. He's throwing fucking haymakers.
Right,
like
comic shit. Here's what's in.
He was locked in. I was like, and I know why they've done that change, and I'm
Yeah.
so happy because
Okay, so...
I'm keen to talk to you about it next week.
All right, so I don't like, at this point, I'm really confused about Tech Jacket, and I feel like Alan's being wasted.
Alan, yeah, I agree with Alan. Tech Jacket, I feel like it's rough because Viltrumites are just the...
No, but why are you there, right? And I get it. Something later's coming. Tech Jacket's going to go, hey, by the way, I need to be on the ground to do this.
I think my favorite fan theory that's like a joke, but also like has a little bit of merit now is that like, you know, maybe Zoe didn't kill that Invincible variant. They were just getting rid of the body and got associated with taking him out.
Fought the Mark with asthma. Just, you know what? You fought the one version of Mark. They actually can't actually do anything in space.
Yeah.
And so...
He can't hold his breath. He actually just passed out.
So he goes into space. Oh, everyone else told me. I just got to hold my breath. Oh, fuck. He just died.
We don't see the fight, so we don't know.
And so you have Zoe going...
Yeah,
Oh.
Zoe's on the chopping block
Sorry.
for Fraud Watch. It's quite bad. I think by far my favorite thing still is Nolan this season, and probably the series in general. The show is treating Nolan as like a lot better than a lot of other things.
What in this episode is with Nolan besides...
We get a little bit of Oliver.
Yeah.
You get the follow up on that and such.
Yeah.
I really like that.
I'm trying to, cause like
It's
blended the
nearly
episodes
been a week
together,
for us,
right?
yeah.
Like it's been a full week, and we had to watch the episode of
Everything
which
else,
had
yeah.
and everything, right? The entire opening of this episode is them doing the time jump and everything with them actually on the planet. Okay, everything that was great.
Yeah,
Everything that was great.
I made a steak. He finally made a
Yeah.
steak.
when they go and fight the bugs.
fishing. Oh,
Actually, yeah, everything.
Nolan and Oliver.
You know what? The first was it 25 minutes?
Yeah.
All that really
But
good.
you have an issue with the power scaling, right?
I don't know why. I was just speaking positive.
I've had some really good people starting to debunk it online, which I can show you, I think, for next week, so we can talk about it more, because next week is when power scaling is going to blow the fuck up.
Okay.
Or tomorrow, I should say.
Can I just want to say this, because I put that at the end of last episode. I was just thinking about everything that happened in space.
Yes,
I was just kind of bummed.
Yeah,
about
the
it.
war aspect of the episode is like the big plot.
And it's okay. Everything with Theta's, I really like that, and the kind of intercut. I just think it's funny because I was thinking, oh, in the comic he's kicking ass too, so cool. But then you're like, no. I'm like, fuck. I don't have a good version to go to. But
Yeah, right.
everything was good. I do want to stick with Oliver because I generally think Oliver may be one of my favorite characters in the show.
They're
because
really doing real good work with him.
There, he's building, and when Oliver said, I don't know about home, I've got mum.
This guy's 2 years old, by the way.
I know.
And people are like, what's he doing? I'm like, they're like, why is he happy? I'm like, he's 2 years old. I know he ages fast, but you got to think
maturity
like,
and experience and everything.
like he's really like, he's a lot more mature than, you know, a 2-year-old should be, because he's aging faster and he has a better memory and such. But like, he's still a child. Like, he's a kid. Like, of course he's gonna have a bit of whimsy. Like,
also, people were angry about how Oliver's been talking to his dad. I'm like, no.
Whoa. If your dad was Omni-Man,
upset, like, they cut him off. It was cutting him off, and like he didn't get to say lines from the comic or something, or like, just shut up, let your dad speak, because I'm like,
Damn, that is actually crazy. If someone actually said that verbatim,
Yeah.
that is insane.
So everything with Oliver and Omni-Man, perfect. I generally, I don't think I have a fault at all.
Yeah, Omni-Man's dynamic is so well
Which,
done.
Again, so it's as a writing thing for the most part, and I've been complaining about some things like with Mark and everything.
You really don't get that downtime in the comics.
Yeah, so everything like that, I'm like, yeah, big thumbs up. So I'll probably with that probably actually go to an 8 with that because I just checked out on the end of the last episode because I was like, yeah, cool, everything happens there. And I'm like, cool. I was just
the
thinking
last
about,
episode ends with Mark.
I genuinely just didn't.
That's
love
why
the
I was
war
like,
part.
Okay,
I
the
just-
war
I-
part's rough. I think you just don't get the scale of it.
And the visual, like
I wanted to feel like I was in the Battle of Coruscant at the start of episode 3.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was just your average Flaxen invasion of New York.
Yeah.
So it was like,
that's genuinely how I feel, and I don't know, like it was.
the Viltrumites just didn't have enough presence about them, I feel like, as well. There wasn't enough destruction. Like, I'm expecting, like, conquest city destruction. If you've got, like, a bunch of Viltrumites pulling up
like
on
a ship
Telestria.
rocks up, and I'm like, and it's doing damage, right? And you see the aftermath, and I'm like,
it was like glassing the city and so it was
sorry.
fine.
Season 1 just like
It pulled up like the Avengers Endgame ship and just straight to the HQ, which was funny.
yeah.
But you know, I thought it was alright. The fights were not anything crazy.
Yeah.
It's still better than the comic. I mean, it's not fair to compare still frames to like
Yeah,
the
look.
page, but it could have been better. But I did like the Conquest fight. What were you thinking at the end of the episode when we cut to Conquest's grave? Were you expecting the fake out, or were you like a little bit like?
I don't know. I didn't think he was. I wasn't expecting a fake out, but I also wasn't expecting like a hand.
Yeah.
So I was kind of just like,
What are we doing?
I didn't think it was. I think my headspace was maybe just going back as a final note. Maybe it was gonna have like a thematic tie to everything.
Yeah.
Then it went for a joke.
Yeah.
So I also don't really like if he does come back. Like I wouldn't like be like. I don't know if I think.
Well, the joke then wouldn't be as funny. So
yeah, like
it'd kind of be ruined. Yeah.
Like at the time, right? I wasn't thinking he better not come back because I'm also like.
I was just curious as to what you would have thought.
Yeah, because I know CJ had a big reaction to it, right? I'm not. I don't think I'm that enamored by
it
it.
has been fun seeing other people talk about Conquest online, which I can't talk about with you.
Yeah.
But for those who know, I agree with the things with Conquest and such. Yeah, I just hope Thrag has a bit more presence next episode, because if he doesn't, then it's going to be really rough.
It's just when people use the argument, but they make the important fights look good, and I go, they made and again I'm going to use Jujutsu Kaisen. The episode with Higuruma as a lawyer was a dedicated team separate from the pipeline, and they worked on it separately, and it had its production cycle was again separate because it was a no action episode. It was all about the emotions landing, about the lawyer. So a lot of it wasn't rotoscope, but it was very detailed, emotive, like the distinctive walk
Body
of
language
Higuruma,
was
the
really
walk of his assistant, distinctive walk of the perp. All of them had very specific looks. And so then when it transitions to, Judge Band comes out, it's an emotive response that's purely through the art direction.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Invincible and I go, I think quite possibly most of my issues really are just an art direction thing.
Yeah.
Power scaling. Just quickly touch on it. Most of it probably comes down just as art direction. If those robots didn't look like just generic robots that you fight at the start of a game, maybe I would feel like they're actually a robot, but they look like the things from Aquaman, and I'm like, how are these things contending with Mark? They're just fucking. They look dumb. They look basic, and they're throwing him into a building. T-Rex. It has been said again. If T-Rex looked as he did in the comic, or to an emotive response that would give the same feeling, then I would
just
go
more menacing in general.
I would have no issue with this.
Yeah.
And people, like, I've seen the TikToks where they're comparing, like, Mark does take out the dragon like this. Mark does this, and it is consistent. I'm like, it visually isn't. It like,
because you're very much cherry picking from the scene. You're not taking it as a whole.
As a whole,
it takes him like a good few minutes before he whips that move out instead of just doing it off jump.
Yeah, because in the sequence it shows that when
because the context is very important. Where Anissa, just goes through the monster. It's
First thing she
immediate.
does. Yeah,
it's done,
Whereas
finished.
Mark is
no
fighting
diff.
for a whole episode.
Yeah,
And
Mark
then,
gets
and then,
stabbed and
yeah.
beaten and thrown around.
Yeah.
And then goes, oh yeah, bonk.
Which granted, and this is where people who argue for the power scaling go, well, this is Mark going further and further into the more rough techniques.
That's a fair
more visual
argument
cool.
to have.
That's where the narrative comes into it. Cool, absolutely, I hear you. However, when the green and what's that Barney the dinosaur rocks up, I'm not intimidated, right? But like when it's about an art direction thing, and so when you keep going on like this, cool, this bug that they're fighting on this planet, right? When I'm watching it, I'm watching Nolan struggle. He gets eaten, and you're like, I know he's not tryharding because he's very much like
low effort,
kind of like
he's
this,
just beating it around,
and he knows he knows he's AP, so he knows okay, I can get swallowed, and its internal guts are weak. I know this, right? But it kind of paints a picture where it's like, cool, he wasn't in the horizon of the black hole, he was within its gravitational pull, which is a humongous feat to still have. It's not a Superman feat, like in 2025.
Yeah,
it is still a huge feat to have. And so when you then cut to a planet that looks not that bad, like it doesn't, you can depict gravity actually having effect, but when it's just like this, it's really hard to buy. Okay. Also, then you show Alan and you show the Viltrumites kind of.
I think Alan is my only really big power scaling like inconsistency that I don't like, because he's able to box the Viltrumites with Nolan in the prison breakout pretty competently. But the moment you pair him with anyone that isn't Nolan, he doesn't know what he's doing.
And it's just like, I don't know how hard these characters punch. Because I watch them go through, like, Nolan holds a fucking mountain above his head, then drops it, which looks to be pretty standard gravity, and then we see Mark be able to push an asteroid out in low gravity, where he was able to hold a mountain the size, asteroid the size of Texas, which, if he was in space, that's not a feat. That's not a feat. So he has to have done that within a gravity of something to brag about to his son. Yeah. So okay, so that's a... And it's an amounting issue, right? And I'm not a power scaler guy, right? I don't think shows have to really care that much. No. It's just when the art direction is doing you dirty, and then you have these bunch of small ones, and then your main thesis is Mark getting stronger over time. For right now, because he's angry, because he's killing, because he's doing this. Cool. What happens when he stops? Does he go back to season 3?
Yeah,
no, obviously, right?
No.
But it then becomes, okay, then we got to show he's punching harder. And when it looks visually the same.
Yeah, I was going to say, I do think that has been the case with Mark, because like Lucan, for example, he makes quick work.
Yeah, so there is some season 2, episode 6, when he's fighting
Lucan, he gets
low diff. I'm talking more so about, rather than just performance, it's now, again, art direction.
Yeah.
So when Alan's getting hit, those punches don't look hard. They don't look hard. So they don't. I'm like,
they're not Conquest Invincible. That's the sort of stuff I'd hope for from the art direction.
And so it's like when Conquest rocks up, you go, oh, I can actually feel him. I feel his presence.
Yeah.
Any other Viltrumite, unless it's their episode.
You know, Thetis did have one really good hit, like, where's the betrayer?
Yeah.
Exactly, I was like, yeah, okay, there we go.
We get moments of it.
Yeah.
But what did the compositor say to us? We get 1 to 2 per episode.
Yeah.
Unless
that's it. There was a couple really good composited moments in the episode. I'm like, what the fuck? Where'd this come from?
Right.
Like when they're inside and the battle map, like the freaking Helldivers battle map is there.
Yep.
And they're all like directionally lit. And like,
yep.
I'm like, this is great.
Yep.
Where's this for the rest of the episode?
But
I'm like, such a weird scene to choose as well.
Can you explain to me how, like, you got a bunch of these characters that are meant to be next level? Like, okay, and I've seen people debunk it, but I don't agree. You have half of a ship that isn't very big, and you have 3 Tech Jacket. I don't think it's helping. So whoever's on that side is struggling.
I think Tech Jacket is helping. I think the issue with I didn't have an issue with the ship until I went to TikTok and saw people were like, why can't they lift the ship? And I was like, because it's the same thing where it's like you can't hold it from one point.
I know,
right?
But there's 3 from different points, and there's the whole thing about, well, it's not a ship that's static. It is got the G force of the downforce, which they're having to push against without it going apart.
I think the struggle is them trying to not let it crumble. Like when Mark's struggling to hold it up, I don't think it's him struggling to push it up. I think it's him struggling to keep it together, falling on the city.
And look,
at least that's how I watched it.
And I'm not docking a fucking point because of this, right? Yeah. This isn't like power scaling's off here.
It has been talked about a lot though by people.
It is.
Yeah.
It's just it's a gradual thing that is constantly like chipping it away. I'm like,
There's not enough visual. Again, the visual execution isn't good enough to.
I don't remember the ship crinkling and
no. It should be like a Spider-Man, like the fairy thing, where he's like
Yes.
he's holding it, he's got the strength for it, but it's just the other parts of the
It's
ship are
so
falling and he
difficult,
can't
right? Yeah, it's like,
get all of it.
And then like
And
the
that's
webs
when
and the
you have-
parts that are breaking. It's like he's able to do it.
Well, that's it. And I feel like they should have shown Invincible pushing it up, parts of the ship breaking, and then the others coming to help.
You know what? The perfect example is in a pretty bad movie, Superman Returns. He is pushing the plane in.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, he tries to stop the plane, and then like a wing goes off. He's like, oh crap. Then he stops another part of the plane, and it crumples in. Superman can very easily stop that plane. However, it's coming on a down. Superman isn't plane level, right? Superman Returns isn't plane level. He lifts a fucking mountain at the end of the movie or something, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, with kryptonite, right?
It's all about structural integrity of
Yes.
it. Yeah.
And maybe I've got to rewatch the scene. I don't remember him pushing it up, and then like because he's pushing it, it crumbles in. Then someone else does it, and it to me it just seems like trying to slow it down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just visually this isn't.
It just wasn't. It wasn't visually represented well enough. And when I was watching it, that's what I was imagining because we know their strength feats.
It's a superhero thing, right? Typically it's like, hey, the fight's over, but there's one last thing to do, right?
Yeah, you got to save the people.
Narratively, it works.
Yeah.
It's just something that can be visually this takes it up a point. This takes that would like
because then you don't have people even questioning a power scaling issue because they're
it's not a
saying,
power scaling
"Oh, the
issue.
ship's falling apart in different places.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna need to hold it up in more than one spot."
Yeah, and Mark was first because he's the guy to look after other. Bang! Instantly, I'm like, that's probably the best part of the episode. But now I'm like, I'm visually kind of confused. Why is he struggling?
Yeah, what's going on?
It's like no, because he's too strong.
Yeah, he's too strong.
Yeah, too strong, and so they had to do it
together. Yeah, and the struggling is trying to keep it all together while it's falling.
It's similar to like so he can do like when he did that the ability, right?
Yeah, he's got the strength. The issue is he's gonna fly right through the thing in my head, right?
That is so. I'm really happy. Like this is why I love them in the pod, right? Because I had this thought during the week, right? Hadn't really put it down to paper. Talking to you, going, you've had your perspective, and you've really just like, I think your issue is this. I'm like, yes. My issue is exactly this.
Yeah, literally. Again, it's just the visual. It's just the visuals.
All right,
doing the show dirty.
Next week on the pod, I'm gonna come here, and I'm putting my bet down. Next week, I'm gonna come here. It is gonna be a 9 out of 10 episode. I'm gonna be like I've been.
I really need it. If the next episode is not a 9 out of 10, I'm gonna be really disappointed. Actually.
What do we do if it is just like
It's so good. I'm just tired. I just want it to look good, man.
This is meant to be the best month of like being a nerd ever.
Yeah.
And here we are going, The Boys was fine. Invincible was fine.
I mean, I always knew The Boys were just gonna be
yeah, but like
I was my hopes for The Boys
loving
were
it.
not. Yeah,
group chat's loving it.
Look, if people can enjoy it, power to them. Maybe I'm just too fatigued and old.
We are old.
Yeah.
Because we're both
I've
25.
been watching a lot of Cape shit for a while.
20, I think like 15 to 20% of all movies I've ever seen are Cape shit.
Yeah, right.
And I've seen 1,200 movies.
We just love our capes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, good episode. I'm glad you bumped it to an 8.
Well,
I'm still sitting at like an 8 or a 9. I think these episodes, a lot of Invincible episodes, could so easily be a 10 if it was just visually better.
That's the important part, right? This is an unfiltered rant about an episode I watched a week ago, right? It's been fucking hectic. Typically,
it's so bad. And with a higher score, probably we've given all episode for anything. We glazed like Witch Hat. We glazed more a bit, and I still enjoyed.
Daredevil's probably an 8 too, right?
I think I liked this episode of Invincible a bit more than Daredevil.
The funniest thing is we glazed Daredevil. Not a single criticism. 8. Invincible. 8.
Wait a minute,
fellas, come sit down.
Yeah, because Invincible should be a 10. That's the issue here. Daredevil's episode is not going to be a 10. There, it's really good, but it doesn't have the potential. And as someone who loves Megami, I understand potential better than most.
Some of those Witch Hat episodes could have been a 9. I think that for me it could have been a 9. I don't know, maybe a high 8, really high 8, like 8, like really high 8.
It's high 8. It's high
I can't
8,
give a higher
9.
score because I don't do decimals, but like,
yeah, you're going back with what you said earlier. You're like, fuck.
It's just a really like great
episode.
It's
really
but it's
good.
Not, it's not amazing, but
no.
I'm sitting here going like yeah.
Look, Invincible next week better be a 9 or a 10.
you can see that like what it does to us, right? Like
Yeah.
how much we love the show, right?
I love it so much. I've really been hooked ever since season 1. I binged it all in one night. I was like, this is just
You did
the
that
best. At Aiden's.
At Aiden's
Yeah.
when it was wasn't that during was it Aiden's or was it at the when it was house sitting?
This is Aiden's parents' place. Which in like his side room. I stayed up all night watching it because I was like, this is so good. I couldn't put it down. I get to the end of it.
Didn't you kept predicting everything that happened as well?
Yes.
Because you sent me a message the next. You told me the next day.
I literally
like, Charles. I kept
and that's not a bad thing. I was just like,
I'm just reminiscing.
I was like, this is gonna happen. And I'm like, oh my god, it actually happened. Yeah. I was like, this is great.
Wow. Okay, so it's been a long. We're gonna cut one of the games.
It's been a while.
So I want to do my last game because Leon, I have a fun game for you. Right.
Okay.
In a lot of fiction, there is something that is a part of a lot of them, which is hand signs. So I want to talk to you about what is the best hand sign in fiction, right?
You're asking me. Okay.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
And so I was debating about how to go about this, but ready? Agree, disagree. Gojo's domain expansion is the best hand sign in fiction.
No, disagree.
No.
But you disagree.
Okay. For real though, I want to hear what your best hand sign is. I've got 3 written down, and I want to know if it's. I hope you didn't.
Naruto like is in the top 5.
No,
like
specific
majority.
One hand
I only
sign.
can pick one.
Big one hand sign.
Oh,
Because I've got one.
I do love Sukuna slashes.
What's the hand sign though? It's just like when he goes like, oh, okay, like yeah, when in season 2 they did that. Yeah, that was an anime only.
That is really fucking cool. But no, it's gotta be. It's either.
And you have to do them. You have to try to do them.
It's either the Chidori or the Thunderclap for me because I'm biased. I'm a Sasuke fan.
Okay.
But like something about like the and the sound design and everything. I don't know if we just taking the visuals of the hand sign itself, or are we taking into account the sound and the movements and the.
I think the hand sign because for example when you do fire jutsu you have the tun tun
and then
that counts. I'm including everything, right?
Yeah. Okay,
right.
Cool.
It's the hand sign. It's the because mine wins.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Granted, I was having a long shower. Yeah. And I was just sitting there, and I'll get you. So you pick one first, and I
think I'm gonna go with the Chidori.
Sure.
If we're including everything,
so put the mic down. I want you to can you perform it? Just like when you're sitting down.
Oh, you want me to do like the?
Yeah, you do the whole thing.
He's like holding it.
Okay,
like
so
like,
you think it's that?
Hands feeling and stuff.
I wrote down that you were gonna do Shadow Clone Jutsu, like.
Shadow Clone Jutsu is iconic.
Yeah,
I like it, but it's not as cool.
Because I think I would almost do because Fireball Jutsu is more complicated. And because of Obito, of use of it.
Oh, Madara as well. Like.
No, it's more so just about I'm gonna borrow this, right? And then
oh yeah,
like this.
And
like,
well, I mean, yeah, and Sasuke does it as well. Just
because
cool.
I was in the shower, right? Because I was thinking about hand signs. I was just thinking about it, right? And I was just thinking about specifically Spider-Man, and I was just thinking, you know what? That is just the
I think it's definitely the most iconic.
I think Star Trek's. I can't do it. Star Trek's peace sign. Because I was thinking, is it the best? No, Star Trek's is probably the most well known, but it's not the best. I mean,
yeah, there's personal choice here.
Sure, but I generally think like every.
You think Spider-Man? Nah.
Yeah.
If we're including like everything else with it, with sound and effect, I think the Chidori is like one of, if not the coolest anime like hand sign effect abilities. It's got the best sound, and it just looks. It's lightning in the hand. What's not cool about that?
The thing, anime does cheat because you get to have like the sound, like there's more notorious sound effects and calling out the ability. Like so, for example,
he blows up the fucking meteor in the last movie. Like,
I think one of these ones would be which I'm not a Dragon Ball person, but the Kame,
Kame. Is that that's on the that's up there.
Mount Rushmore, I think, right?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best.
Cool. I'm not saying it though. I'm not. It's certainly one of the most iconic. Yeah. I'm not going to say it, but you're talking about like
Final Flash.
Like so, you're doing like okay, cool. You're doing that, right?
Yeah, the whole build up. Naruto is just like the experts of it, especially if we're including the sounds. Like the sounds each of the hand signs makes in Naruto. It's not fair then because like they're just so cool.
They're just
are
there
so
any
cool.
good ones in One Piece?
God, I wouldn't know. I don't know.
Are there any in Bleach?
I look, like from what I know of, Bleach doesn't really do the hand signs and really do like the sword movements or like Bankai. They don't really do hand signs. I will say Sukuna is surprisingly higher in my head than I think.
like his domain.
His domain expansion and his like, I don't know, the way he's able to like verse it, like the way he like throws his arm out for like larger slashes or like lets his hand out for like small slashes or like palms it for like the waffle. It's simplistic, but it's really effective. And then with the anime sound design of the like it just feels so like tangible. Like I can feel it. I can feel it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about what other like if there's any other comic ones that we don't know or.
Roy Mustang's kind of cool with the clicking finger. That's pretty.
Yeah,
sick.
I think that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
I think you haven't watched Hunter x Hunter, but Gon's he has it's more of a stance thing.
Yeah,
but like he's like charge up for like Roshan.
Well, yeah, I think
like
that breaks the mold a bit of hand signs.
It's more of an ability.
Yeah,
but like
because then if we're doing that, then I'm like, but Kamehameha, you need to like
like this.
You need to do your hands like that. That is like kind of a
with Gon. It's more so like granted. I think that then goes into like gear territory, like gear second and stuff. I'm like, no, I don't want to count that. It's okay, I'm not going to count Gon. I think that's pretty much
who's yours? Is it Spider-Man?
I asked that question with the right answer. So
okay, right. Well,
I was in the shower and I went like this.
We'll let the comments decide
Spider-Man.
who has the better hand signed.
It's Spider-Man.
Look, if we're counting like I said, if we're counting the sound and we're counting the effect. I think this should go
as a child, were you going?
Yes, way more.
Okay.
I was Sasuke at primary school. I'd have my collar zipped up, bro. I was pumping out Shidoris and fireball jutsus like it was my day job.
You're not a real Spider-Man fan because when I was 6 years old,
I was doing this too. But I was
when I'm walking around Melbourne, it's just.
I think what the difference here is that I was just a bit more cultured growing up. I'm just saying in this face. I just maybe in terms of like. Cool hand signs from fiction.
Okay, cool.
I had the better catalog growing up.
Just, like
in that specific case.
When someone's watched 15% more movies than you.
Okay, right. We're not. Let's count from Naruto 1 to 10.
I didn't watch Naruto at the age of 5. My bad.
When we're talking about hand signs specifically,
hand signs. I'll give it to you.
I was big on anime as a kid, so you get a lot of hand signs.
Okay. So, what is your favorite hand sign?
I do love the peace sign as well. Just generally, I use it a lot in my day to day. Outside of fiction.
Awesome. I'm so happy when I was doing the TikTok segment and I'm reading out like the thing that you go, I like the peace sign. That's cool.
I just need to let it out there. I don't know what people know.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Chainsaw Man. Shit. Chainsaw Man. Con is so cool. Like with the fucking. Oh, fuck.
That counts.
Shit. That is really close. That's really close. Not quite, but really close. Even Makima's like contortion of the hands is really cool.
Yeah. Granted, I think that it's more of a contortion.
Yeah, definitely. But Connor's close. That's just
close.
That's just gas.
Is there any? Granted, it's not a hand sign. It's more just a pose, right? And if we're doing
poses, Jojo
wins.
It's not close. Jojo clears. Yeah, literally.
Statue.
I thought about it earlier. I was like, hands. Like, I'm like thinking Dio. I'm like, no, that doesn't count.
Like,
that
they're
count.
all. They're not. They're just poses.
They're just posing. They're not signs.
And we didn't do. Granted, if it was poses and we had to exclude Jojo, Spider-Man wins.
I'd have to think about that. Batman's pretty close.
Batman with an aura. Poses.
Also,
you gonna say Daredevil?
Yeah, Daredevil as well.
Poses. Poses are like Batman is mostly standing, right? Or he can get Piccolo stands. Awesome aura, right? That's how they get their aura. Spider-Man, it's like the McFarlane, like the crowd.
Yeah, he's got the
right
flexibility and stuff. I think I'd have to think. There's a lot of great poses in fiction.
Yeah,
that's like I'd have to like do some research. I think.
I
don't think Spider-Man's at the top there. He's definitely up there,
not including like Joestar family members.
Anything from JoJo.
Spider-Man wins that.
Not including just Joestar family members, because like Dio's right there.
Jonathan's body.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, all right. Oh, then just original Dio then, or Diego.
I've watched one
Yeah, I
episode.
know.
I've watched one episode also.
When are you gonna watch the next episode?
Fucking, you're in my house.
Oh, bless. Okay, yeah.
All right. Can I do my outro for the TikTok short?
Yeah, if you'd like to.
But that's what we each just think about the best hand signs in fiction. What are your favorite hand signs? Let us know down below. That's it. That's all I needed to do for
Piercing
TikTok.
blood's also really.
Oh shit! Like,
Yeah, that's really cool.
fuck.
There's too many good ones, man. I've literally only really said JJK and Naruto, but like they're two of my favorites. So.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what
Ooh, the
else.
game had me worked up. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I used too much chakra, man.
Yeah, you do have a low pool.
It's right. I'm very efficient with it.
You just walked into that one. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything that we wanted to talk about. We did pretty well to keep that under 3 hours because yeah.
There's a lot to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please go to DTE and watch the main video. It's like share it around, comment on it, say hey,
It's
from
fake.
came from the pod.
It's really
Yeah, my thoughts of this, right?
Yeah.
Would mean a lot. And then join the Discord, follow our Instagram, TikTok, that kind of thing. Peace out, people.